Hello and welcome back to the Canadian Women's Open here in downtown Toronto. It's a silver event on the PSA Squash Tour, running right through to the 30th of October, and we are in day 2 here of the tournament. We had 2 full days of squash. Yesterday we had an 8-match day, and we do also today. So we're moving to our evening session here with 4 matches for you in store, and I am Lisa, and joining me all day, all night and all week is Johnny Williams. Good evening, Johnny.
Thank you very much, Lisa. It's a pleasure to be here and enjoying every part of what Toronto's had to offer. I said we're going to go to CN Tower. The other one that we're going to have to visit is Niagara Falls.
So we're doing it.
We will. It's
okay.
A 2-hour trip. We'll do it though.
Need to get our raincoats out for that one. So as I say, we've had an afternoon of squash here already so far in this lovely setting, Brookfield Place. Kick-starting the day was a massive 5-set match, really. Both of these players had an opportunity to take the win. Lucy Beecroft on the losing end of that one, and then this dismantling of Melissa Alves, a very high action-packed front court from Anahat Singh. Tesney Murphy got through with a big test there from Nicole Bunyan, and finally Amanda Sobey made light work of Alicia Mead, getting through in very slick fashion. So Johnny, quite an entertaining start to this afternoon. Obviously, big talking point has to be Anahat Singh getting her maiden win on a top 20 player.
Yeah, it's only the 3rd time she played a top 20 player, but that that's the reason we see that 90.8% win rate. She's certainly making that look very healthy, but the ability in the situation against someone of the experience and caliber of Melissa Alves to step up. She was given a game plan. I had a word with her after the match. She was given a game plan by the general, Greg Goldshair.
So what was
game
that?
plan was to rip that front half of the court to shreds and really break up the patterns of Alves trying to volley and pin her back. She just stepped it up, and she was just hitting her marks, and she did say that she does a tremendous amount of solo, and she's had a trainer out in India by the name of Stefan Galifi.
Oh yes, Stefan Galifi. Tell me a bit about him. There's not many people that will know that name.
Yeah, well, he was a very smooth customer, and at the top of the swing he had that nice little sort of wristy movements there where he was very, very deceptive, and he was able to connect his smooth flowing patterns around the court very quick, and it does remind me a little bit of the way that he played, the way she's playing.
So how's he come into the mix?
He has been a bit of a vagabond, travelling all over the place. He's been in Ukraine and he's ended up in India. I'm not surprised by that. He's probably seen the Enlightenment out there or something like that.
Well, we're certainly going to see more of Anahat Singh in this tournament, obviously getting through there against Melissa Alves. So moving back to what we've got in store for you this evening, we've still 4 matches to come. It's 5 o'clock local time here, and up first we have got the #1 seed and the runner-up of the US Open just last night, might I add, Amina Orfi. She's taken on Saran Nghiem of England. Following on from that, 5:45, Tinne, the defending champion from Belgium, she takes on Torrie Malik. 6:30, we've got home interest in the form of Holly Naughton, the #7 seed. She faces another up-and-coming player, Nour Heikal, and Gina Kennedy, the #4 seed, using a new racket, Johnny. She's taken on Marta Dominguez of Spain. What is standing out there? Be interesting to see Amina Orfi, obviously travelling from Philadelphia, I assume this morning.
Yeah, just spoke to her quickly as well. She seems to be bright-eyed and ready to go. There were no signs of fatigue in her eyes. I think that she'll be fine. She's smarting from that loss already last night, looking to get her campaign cracking here. But definitely Torrie Malik. Torrie Malik needs to take a leaf out of Anahat Singh's book about the attacks are all wonderful, but she needs to coordinate a bit better. And Nour Heikal, let's see if she can surprise against Holly Naughton.
Yeah, I think that'll be maybe the pick of this evening's matches. Well, we're not going to hang about any longer. We're going to head down to our MC, Jeff Lurie, to get the players onto court.
Good evening, everyone. Bonjour à tous. I'm so happy to be here with you this evening. My name is Sam Cornett, staff at Squash Canada, and I get to walk you through these 4 matches. We have 3 of the top seeds, and we have our very own Holly Naughton on tonight. I hope you're all really looking forward to the evening, and I'm very excited to introduce the first match for you all. On first, she is the champion of yesterday's match against Haya Ali, 3-0. She's world rank #44. She's a Harvard student athlete from England. Please welcome Saran Nghiem. And her opponent today, coming in fresh off the US Open final. She's in top form, she's world number 3. Please welcome Egypt's world junior champion 4 times, top seed here at the Canadian Women's Open, Amina Orfi. Have a great match. Have a great match. Your referees for this evening, match rep Ben Groot and video referee Darren Mann. Enjoy.
Well, Jeff Lurie, the MC there, looking awfully like Sam Cornette. And it's Amina Orfi, the number 1 seed from Egypt, taking on Saran Nghiem of England. In the all-white on the right-hand side of your screen, 44 in the world, Saran Nghiem, 21 years of age, a student at Harvard University, coached by Josh Taylor back in Manchester days, right through her junior career. He's of course now based down in the DC area, so both stateside continuing on the relationship. There'll be an influence there from Mike Way at Harvard as well, so she's in very good hands, and she's an abundance of talent, very skillful, great racket control, and very deceptive at times as well. 5 titles from 8 finals. Came back from the brink of a loss there yesterday, Johnny. 2 games to love down.
Fantastic performance it was. She was also not bringing enough pressure at the back of the court in that match, but was savvy enough to realise it as the match progressed, and once she got that balance right, she was able to run over the top of Haya Ali. But it was a highly entertaining match.
Well, Amina Orfi, fresh. I don't know how fresh she'll be. She's flown in from Philadelphia off the back of the US Open final at platinum level last night against Hania El Hammami. Fair play, she's come straight here. This was her match against Nour El Shabini. It's the 2nd time now that she's taken down the 8-time world champion, which is not an easy task to do at all. So coming through that game 3-1 against the Warrior Princess, massive win, another big win in the bank for her. And then the final, which was less than 24 hours ago, against Hania El Hammami, and unfortunately losing 2 tie breaks there and then going down in 3 games. So less than 24 hours ago this match was, and now she's here in Toronto taken to the court. It's so unique, Johnny.
It is unique, and you would think that a normal human being will obviously be tremendously jaded from that kind of program. They won't be able to, you'd sort of be doubting whether or not they could manage the workload that is thrust upon them in this situation. But if there's just, she's 1 in 100,000, 1 in a million in terms of her attitude and the determination, because there's a hunger and desire there which is beyond anything I've ever seen, and that is why she's the youngest world number 3.
You're spot on, and that is why tonight I feel is not going to be an issue to her at all, despite what she's just had going on in the last 4 or 5 days or so. Out of the last 14 matches that she's played, she's only lost twice, one of them to Nour Gohar at the British Open, and the other one, of course, against Hania El Hammami. So she's risen quite highly and quickly to number 3 in the world, and at just 18 years of age, it's no joke, and she's always developing her game. She's improved a lot of her touch. She's come onto the tour as quite a hard hitter, playing at a very fast pace and very busy with her feet. But Johnny, her game is certainly developing now.
Yeah, the finishing touches that were called upon, certainly in the punditry area, that the forehand volley and the tacks in that area, the variation needed to be added in. Backhand has been a sort of stamp area for a long time, but we're seeing more going on in the forehand area now, and also with the touch and hold of the drops.
court a little bit longer, practicing her finishing touches. The question is tonight for her, how can she put herself in positions where she's going to get time on the ball? Because we know that Amina Orfi is going to come out here and play.
Play will start in 30
at a very
seconds.
fast pace. It's going to be slightly uncomfortable for how much time the game wants on the ball.
Correct, Lisa. The battering
Play will
abilities of
start
Orfi
in 15 seconds.
just absolutely, yeah, it's staggering how much power she brings, especially on that backhand side, but we'll see.
Canadian Women's Open 2025, round of 16 match. Saran Nghiem of England to serve, Amina Orfi of Egypt to receive. Best of 5 games. Level.
And we're in the first match of this evening. A real test of how tough Saran Nghiem can hang in here.
Straight off the plane and straight down to business. If Saran Nghiem ever needed a message to be sent, that was a very, very strong one. I saw her, I just spoke to Orfi quickly, just about her, also about her training habits.
Oh yeah.
Just, yeah, I love to find out about all these players, especially all the little extras they're doing. Are they doing it? And obviously she is. But she said that tends to do the solo every second day, and it'll be 2 hours.
2 hours in one go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Went short from behind there, and then got reminded quickly about Nghem's deceptive abilities. Nice change of angle there.
What else did you ask Orfi?
Just a bit of quick discussion about the match last night. I heard on the grapevine that there was some tough calls that perhaps did not go her way, but she was very diplomatic and philosophical about it. And she said that she's also working away to no doubt counter the sort of things that we've been talking about, even on air. What happened at the Egyptian Open, the subtle holds of Hamami, trying to expose her movement with the variation of the forehand boast and kills and stuff like that. So she had her own plan in place last night, which she felt worked better. So the next episode of that is surely coming soon. Although I haven't checked exactly to see who's playing China, but there's not a lot of big stuff left in this year. You've got China and Hong Kong.
Yep.
That's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's very
early next year, though, it's
very hectic.
Yeah, exactly. Good start here from the Nghiem. That's nice. Just sense that Orfi had to double track on the outer side there, and she just came inside it nicely. She's attacking well on that forehand in particular so far.
Actually moving her feet as well to get the correct adaptation needed. Didn't quite do that enough yesterday.
Yeah, a little bit of sluggishness there. Definitely you can see that Orfi, this program is not an easy one. It's clear. Nice.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, she does use that boast very effectively now.
3-all.
Working now with Omar Mossad, a former world number 3 himself, is Orfi. That's a lovely backhand drop.
Hand out. 4-3.
That looked out and is called by Nghiem. That's very fair on her part, just to help the ref there.
4-all.
That rally was quite extensive, and Nghiem was starting to get, he felt the dragging going on, and you start to ask the question, how much more of this can she absorb? Because we know that Orfi will carry this on for as long as it takes.
Yeah, you took the thoughts right out of my head.
Count. 5-4.
Oh.
Yeah, it's good. It's different to the other boast, which was much more the
6-4.
sharp angle up the front. This one's from back of the service box, but what a weapon it's become. Different, it's different, you know, she's using different angles and doing it in different ways.
Stroke to Orfi. 7-4.
The gap now appearing for Orfi. Fortunately for her, Johnny, she is young enough to kind of keep going in terms of
Hand out.
day in, day out
5-7.
matches. Obviously, the training that she'll do at home will be extensive. Not taking anything away from the fact she's had to travel from Philadelphia to Toronto, but she'll be all right.
Yeah, she'll be fine. She's charging back to the tee, as always. It felt like there was a couple of points early on where you could detect just a hint of sort of sluggish movement, but that was quickly washed out of the legs, and now we're sort of getting down to business since 4-3 down. Credit to Saran Nghiem. She's playing really good brand here as well. She's just playing well enough to make sure that Orfi ticks all the boxes with her own game.
Hand out. 8-5.
But it's such a lesson for youngsters as well, because there's no, you know, Orfi's not changing here anything about the way she plays. There's no cheap sort of short balls going in. There's full respect for her opponent as well.
Yeah, always.
9-5.
There's just one mode.
I find all these, it's interesting, the comparisons to Gohar and then, you know, the Orphanator, you know, and Terminator, Orphanator. Even more fascinating, I find, is that when she gives an interview, she sounds so much like Gohar. Lovely little backhand cross court, just caught enough of the first floorboard to sit down nicely. And I've been saying to you that I want to see players or somebody do some impersonation. She could do an impersonation of Gohar giving an interview, or vice versa.
Today you are obsessed with impersonations, so it's need to hear some if you're going to keep going on about it.
10-5, game ball.
Game ball for Orfi. Just one
11-5, game
needed.
ball.
I mean, Orfi, fresh off the flight from Philadelphia, just under 24 hours ago, playing Hani El Hamami in the US Open final. She's now here in Toronto in the Canadian Women's Open, and she started off with a bang. 11 minutes for this first game. She takes it 11-5.
Yeah, fantastic start for Orfi. No doubt on the plane over here from the short trip from New York, from Philadelphia, she had the long pressure socks on and was doing her stretches and mobility. And she's come out looking very sharp here. Took a couple of points to get going. Saran Nghiem, good start. She kept Orfi honest, some really nice rallies, quality line hitting. Orfi coming out on top, 1-love.
Play will resume in 60 seconds. Play will resume in 30 seconds.
So I mean, Orfi's mother
15
in
seconds.
the coaching corner for her there. Saran Nghiem on her own. If Orfi is to get through this, she'll go straight to the quarterfinals
Orfi leads
tomorrow.
1 game
With
to
it being a
love.
split quarterfinal, she'll have to play with it being the top half coming up first, and then if she's to win her quarterfinal, she will eventually get a day off. Which I think, Johnny, if she's to get through to that point, she thoroughly deserves that day off.
Out.
She'll probably play a practice
And out.
match.
1-love.
I was just going to say her recovery sessions will, the lighter form of intensity will be sort of off the chart stuff for your normal average day run-of-the-mill squash player.
Hand out. 1-all. Hand out. 2-1.
Nice gripping ball down that left-hand side again. Orfi gives very, very little space or quarter down that left-hand wall. It's great when you can just build a foundation down one side of the court with so much accuracy and power. Right shot. Nghiem started well here in this game, just as she did in game one. Sort of a similar opening. But as the game wore on, the fresh legs were not fresh anymore. They started to get filled with that acid known as lactic acid. Oh, it's wonderful play. Just took her time, didn't panic. Orfi was retrieving some pretty tough balls, and Nghiem just calmly waited for the right moment to put in that straight ball. A lot of her winners have come from straight attacks, mainly forehand.
Oh.
And the other lady here, Orfi's, most of her winners are in that area.
Nice line. Oh, wow.
It was a nice length.
It's a nice line in length, and then that came.
5-3.
Just
Wow.
got the end of the racket on. It was a little bit of a framer, and there's the apology. You wouldn't sort of catch it if you didn't look for it very closely.
Needs to hang as tough as possible.
Stayed in.
Here in the game.
Out.
Good rally.
I was unclear on the call on the front wall. We're going to have to play a left.
Well, it's very much the party pooper.
5-3 left box, Miss Orfi.
So that ball being played after a number of shots after the ball maybe went out of court.
It's a nice lung opener this for Orfi, just from yesterday. Just make sure that all of the internal systems are getting a nice workout. Nghiem playing well here. She's crisp hitting down the lines, engaging well.
Yeah, she is. I like that she's trying to get stuck in. She's trying to promote herself up the court and get on the volley and get that straight drop attack in right on cue. you know, she's not been submissive at all. I mean, if there's ever a time or an opportunity to try and get a win over Amina Orfi, it would be right now here today. Here, right now.
I knew you were going for that.
That's kind of what
It
I was
coming.
meaning.
Was it Fat Boy Slim?
Got a bit lost there.
Is that right?
Hand out. 7-4.
Can I even say that now, Lisa?
What did you call me?
I don't know exactly. I'm not. I said nothing.
7-4 in the second game. Similar pattern to the first. Closely contested first phase of the game.
Out.
With Orfi then pulling away.
And the errors like that, it's just a subtle error. It just drifted out of court ever so slightly. We've seen Nghiem just clipping out shots on, but that's the difference. And entry into this level where Orfi is leaves no space for these errors whatsoever. And the gap, not so early on in the game, is not as obvious. But as soon as we move to this stage, the lead balloons so quickly. I like that adaptation there at the front. She's added that in as well. It's not a hard flick. It's got that nice little sort of soft wrist touch.
Game ball. Oh, the invisible boast coming in. Uses that at the right time. She's patient with it and then throws it in as a surprise angle. Nine-minute second game. Amina Orfi, the #1 seed, has a 2-game-to-love lead.
Yeah, scoreline very similar to the first game, a little bit quicker. But the patterns of play and the way the game unfolded was also similar. Nghiem was the one who, after that 2-minute break, she was able to come out fresher, played some beautiful stuff. That shot from Orfi was unbelievable. The desperation, as we know her, just clinging somehow into the rally and finding a winner. But as the game progressed, front of the court opened up nicely for Orfi, and she delivered, as she does, a nice array of attacking straight drops and then the boast, of course.
Play will resume in 60 seconds. Play will resume in 30 seconds. Fifteen seconds. Orfi leads 2-games-to-love. Love all.
Last opportunity here for Saran Nghiem. Orfi just business-like as usual, looking to get this job done and get some rest. mean, the ability, Johnny, really, she'll be gutted after last night. Obviously, we know the type of character she is. She'll have gone in fully expecting to win potentially last night, and so she'll be gutted, and she's had to just come. Her choice, of course, to play this tournament, but fair play.
Massively. Massively. She's certainly got my respect as someone who just is a true squash fan at the end of the day, and passionate about the sport, and I just feel that the added bonus that she's bringing into that women's top echelon is phenomenal. It's really spiced it up.
Another lovely forehand drop from Saran Nghiem.
Oh, I love that shot. She just slightly high racket prep came down on the ball. Could have been the boast that we saw earlier. Watch this, Lisa, and whack cross court.
It's brutal. I think she was angry from the ball not getting called out of court.
And then the frustration there, you don't see her hitting things that are called tins that often, but when she does, there's generally, you see a reaction like that, which is, you know, belongs to that level of expectation. The rules that she applies to herself are beyond anything that anybody else has. Oh, that was a good opportunity there. And again, just clipping on the top of the tin. Lovely technique. Probably wanted it a bit too much, just understanding if she doesn't get it right, what's coming back at her.
Yeah, the pressure there into the back corner in terms of shot quality from Orfi.
Just shy of the half-hour mark, Lisa, and this is generally for me that this is the area we've seen Nghiem. That one's gone up, but we're just seeing a few more type actions from her where you can see that breakdown. We saw the first rally of this game, you know, that she wasn't doing in the first two games, and that's what happens when you're under this kind of pressure for 30 minutes, physically and psychologically, being, you know, parked behind someone who's just turning the screws on you all the time with tremendous hitting.
That's lovely.
She wants a let, but there's not going to be one.
Hand out, 3-5. Thank you. Hand out, 6-3. No let. review, Orfi on the no-let. Sorry. Player review, Nghiem on the no-let decision.
So the review coming in here. It's very nonchalant ask. It does look to be room as well, Johnny, to play this ball. If we're being totally honest, there's room to play that.
Yeah, no, that's there's a lot of air there to hit the ball. That's why video refs
No-let decision upheld.
said
Nghiem
that you
has
need to
1
hit that
review
one,
remaining.
Saran.
Seven three.
Oh, that is lovely. Don't see Amina Orfi doing this so often, but I like the way that she's second shot there. The cross court was hit to a really good length, forcing a loose ball, and then she's decided to take that one in the neck.
Yeah, again, another rally where there's
9-3.
cumulative pressure with the length hitting. That's lovely. She's hit that shot really well. She's hit her straight kill attacks on the volley. She's nailed them actually this match. She has played well. There'll be a lot she can take from this.
Hand out. 10-4, match ball.
So match ball for Orfi. And after what felt like a week's wait before she hit that one, she's gotten her Canadian Open campaign underway here. 32 minutes of play.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up again for Saran Nghiem.
3-love win.
The referee just swallowed the ball there.
He did, yeah. We're going to hear from Orfi. She's down with Sam Cornett.
A hard-fought, smooth 3-0. And I'm guessing most people here know this, but yesterday, Amina was on court in a PSA Platinum final. Flew to Toronto, flew to Toronto in the morning, and she's on court here in Toronto. Let's give her a round of applause for that huge effort first. Can you walk us through that? What is that like? How does that feel?
To be honest, I feel like I'm still in Philadelphia. Everything happened so quickly. I came here at 12 p.m. today, and then I rested for an hour, and then came here to play. So I just feel like someone brought me on court, and it's like, go play a match right now. But hopefully I can get into the mood more of the tournament, and hopefully it's going to be a good week.
We're all very happy to have you here. So how does your body feel? What does it feel like after playing so many tough matches and then coming here and jumping straight on?
Obviously, it's a bit exhausting, but I think the rest days helped, and hopefully I'll get a rest day here as well later on, and so I'm going to recover and prepare well. That's it.
Awesome. And do you stick around for the matches tonight to check out what's going to happen, or are you out of here?
I think I want to go home, have a good meal, and rest for a bit, and prepare for tomorrow, yeah.
Sounds good. And I have a favor to ask. I have Camille and Alyssa, sisters, want to come up and ask you a couple questions. If I can ask Camille and Alyssa to come up. Give them a round of applause. Two young squash players from Toronto. They're ready. They've got their questions prepared. What's your first question, Camille?
What was the toughest part of this match?
What was the toughest part? What was the toughest part of this match?
I think the toughest part is just coming here and being ready and trying to prepare myself, especially after losing a big final yesterday. And obviously Saran is a great player. She's not on tour a lot because she competes at Harvard. She studies there, and so it's always difficult when there's someone that you don't really see a lot on tour. You don't know their game. And so, yeah, I just had to be ready for today.
Thank you. Nice question. How about Alyssa?
How do you stay positive while playing squash matches?
How do you stay positive while playing squash matches?
Sometimes it's hard, to be honest, but I try to take it point by point and just focus on the things I can control and just be aware of those things, because I really can't control everything, the other factors. I can't control what the player does or the court conditions or the refereeing, so you just have to focus on yourself and try to motivate yourself.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much for those questions. Ladies and gentlemen, Amina, Orfi! Thanks, Camille and Alyssa. We'll be back in a few moments. The next players will get ready, and we'll...
Nice interview there with Amina Orfi. She's just releasing always a bit more information. I find that great. She's warming into that position as a stateswoman of the tour as well. Some lovely work around the front of the court. Her backhand was on song the whole match, but as we heard her say, no doubt it was a trek and a half to get here straight from that final last night, but she does it in style and the only way she knows how. 3-love, very strong performance. So now she'll get a rest, Lisa.
Yeah, a thoroughly deserved rest until tomorrow, where she'll be in the quarter-finals. If she is to win that one, she will get a full day's rest, which is very much deserved for her. So we're moving on to our second match of this evening's session. We've got England's Torrie Malik taking on the defending champion Tinne, the number 2 seed of Belgium.
Ladies and gentlemen, second match of the night. My name is Sam Cornett. I'm your MC for this evening. It's my pleasure to introduce the next 2 players. I'd like to welcome to the court first. She beat Hannah Craig yesterday 3-0. She's world ranked 42 from England. Please give it up for Torrie Malik. And her opponent, if you were here last year, she's last year's Canadian Women's Open champion. She's this year's number 2 seed. She's world ranked 7. She's the 2022 World Games champion. She's from Belgium. Give it up for Tinne Gilis. Match referee for this match will be Andrea Santamaria, and video ref will be Sofia Navide. Have a great match.
Second match of this evening's session, we've got Torrie Malik from England taking on the defending champion, number 2 seed here, Tinne Gilis from Belgium. I'm Lisa Aitken, and I have a very special guest in the commentary box with me, Mike McHugh, a former professional squash player, former Canadian number 1. He's 9 PSA Squash Tour titles, and he's wearing all his medals round his neck next to me here. Good evening, Mike.
Thank you for having me. Great to be back. I think I did a few matches here at this event last year, and you know, my yearly appearance on Squash TV. So appreciate you having it. Just been over at the other venue.
How's that over there?
It was good. The first 2 rounds of the men's event were happening at the Toronto Athletic Club, which is 30 seconds walk from here. The last couple days, and some fantastic matches, a few upsets, a few 5-gamers today. Really entertaining, and obviously the winners are moving on to the glass court starting tomorrow.
Yeah, we have the quarterfinals, part 1 of the quarterfinals, with it being the split draw for that round. Top half will be playing first tomorrow. Bottom half will get a rest day, and then they will rotate. On the left-hand side of your screen now, Torrie Malik of England. She's 21 years of age. Coached by her father, Cameron Malik. Massive squash family. Her brother also played today. I will not ruin any scores if you want to watch that. She's been as high as 40. She's there or thereabouts at 42, but she's on the rise. One of the taller players in stature on the PSA Squash Tour, and 8 titles from 18 finals. It's quite a lot of finals for 21 years of age.
Quite impressive, really. She was yesterday. She was over at the TAC supporting her brother, and not 20 minutes later, she was on court here. Obviously, getting a fairly smooth 3-love win yesterday. Very impressive to switch hats like that on such short order.
That just shows the tight-knit family that they are. They would all be here, I'm sure, if they could, supporting each other. So as Mike alluded to there, Hannah Craig, she got through against her 3-games-to-love tiebreak in the second game. Straight kills were absolutely flying in. Watch out for them tonight. She played very well yesterday. Her error count was fairly low as well, and she was just all-round aggressive. Tough test here for her tonight, coming up against a top 10 player. And defending champion of this event, Tinne Gilis, as I said, won this event last year. She faced Amanda Sobey in the final and managed to dispatch her 3-games-to-love. Were you here?
I was here. I was sitting just behind the front wall. Not sure if you can catch me on camera there, but it was an incredibly impressive performance from Tinne. Really clinical throughout the week. I think she feels very comfortable playing in Toronto in general. She spent a fair bit of time here, and she'll obviously be looking to replicate that this year, because it must have been one of her better weeks on tour.
It certainly was. It was her first World Tour win, first World Tour title. You can see Perry Malik in the front row there, just behind his sister. She's been as high as 5 in the world. She's currently 7, and she's 27 years of age. She does a tremendous job of rinsing through the draw to her seeding, and she's yet to get a win over the top 3 in the world, known as Hani Al Hamami, Nour Shabini, Nurongo Har. But she's up there, and she's very consistent, Mike.
Absolutely, and certainly those 3 names you mentioned are really there's been a bit of a separation in the last couple of years, but that second cohort are really pushing on, and as you say, the ladies in that sort of 4 to 8 in the world range do a very good job of maintaining that ranking and then persisting. I'm sure eventually one of them will have a breakthrough.
Has come off the back of the US Open in Philadelphia. 7 players featured there that have come here to Toronto. She lost out to Amina Orfi, 3-games-to-love got through the first round against Tomato Hole, and then Jasmine Hutton having to retire with an ankle injury.
30 seconds.
Got through to the Qatar Classic semi-final. So good points on the board there for the Belgian.
Play will start in 15 seconds. Canadian Women's Open 2025 round of 16 match. Torrie Malik of England to serve, Tinne Gilis of Belgium to receive. Tinne Gilis of Belgium to serve, Torrie Malik of England to receive. Best of 5 games. Love all.
The defending champ serving to start her campaign here in Toronto. Unfamiliar territory for these two, having never met before on the PSA Squash Tour. Have you managed to catch any of the action today, Mike, or have you been working like normal people?
I have, even though it's a Sunday, doing a little bit of work in the morning, but this is my first first glimpse of the glass court action today.
I had no idea it was Sunday, to be honest with you. Just so engrossed in this squash.
With 0 days between events, you could easily lose track, I can imagine.
We'll put it down to that. Lengthy rally to kick-start here.
And out, 1 love.
Lovely backhand drop from the back of the court. Favoured side for Tinne Gilis.
Certainly feels like the conditions are going to favour a good shot tonight. It's not particularly warm in the atrium on this Sunday evening, so you keep the ball low, keep the ball in the corners. It'll be even more rewarding than usual, and it looks like both players have sensed that already.
Yeah, with there being a glass roof, despite it being about between 8 and 10 degrees out there, the sun can come through and give a little bit of heat. Obviously, with it being 6 p.m. local time now, that is gone. Can you believe I didn't take a jacket to Toronto?
I've got a spare if you need.
Do you? Well, I would need a few. It's a lot colder than I thought, but I do feel a bit silly for that, given we have a similar climate over in Scotland. Well, that was a chance. Slightly snatchy with the swing there.
Certainly right idea. Take that ball in short. Just a little too much cut, but certainly positive play from Malik so far.
Had a fantastic British Nationals, Torrie Malik, at the start of the season in August. Got through to the final, losing out to Tesney Murphy. That was not far away. Oh, it was up. It sounded down to me. It had a ping to the tin.
From here, look good.
It was the sound for me. There was a real ping to it.
I didn't see anything obvious that made the sound, but it didn't look down. I'm just looking. Yeah, we're looking.
And she hit that ball unbelievably flat.
I'm getting confirmation that it looks good. I can only go with what I've seen, what we've seen. 3-2.
What did you think? Good.
Hand out,
Instinctively,
3-2.
it looked good to me. It sounded
Down.
pretty good off the front wall.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Close.
I thought it was down.
I think she just managed to flatten it out and time it up so well. It just sounded 10%,
Yeah,
10% harder than everything else.
Yeah, certainly possesses a lot of power. That's down. That one is down.
No replay needed.
And out, 3-all. Down. And out, 4-3.
Yeah, good awareness there from Malik, just pouncing onto that backhand drop and pushing it deep quickly. Gilis in a bit of a tangle.
And out, 4-all. Down. 5-4.
You'd alluded to Torrie's straight kills being an integral part of her game, and certainly hasn't hesitated from putting them in so far. A couple tins, but I don't think she'll deviate from sort of that attacking base.
Oh, that is absolutely ruthless.
5-all.
The ball obviously left in a very vulnerable place in the court for Gilis.
Just that slight bit of hold to get your opponent leaning one way and cutting it back across the face of the court.
Out. And out, 6-5. I think it was in, I saw it just in and lifting up above the line, but I think it touched the front ball in.
Yeah, Gilis definitely stopped, thinking that ball was out.
And out, 6-all.
Threw herself off for the rest of the rally.
Tremendous variation in pace, regardless. You take that much pace out of the ball on a return to serve is quite impressive.
Down. And out, 7-6.
Just a bit snatchy at times, if I'm being ultra critical of Malik. Generally working these rallies quite well in terms of patience and discipline. That's a soft error from Gilis,
And out,
certainly by her
7-all.
standards. Looking to use that boaster field to try and expose the movement into the front of Torrie Malik.
I think both players still just trying to find that right balance between defense and attack, which of course is such a cliche, but for Tinne in the first game of her first match of the tournament, and Torrie, maybe a little bit nervous playing a higher ranked player, just trying to find that balance of tactics. But I suspect they'll both figure it out as we get to the business end of the first game here.
And out, 8-7.
Yeah, that's clever from Gilis.
9-7.
Squaring off the shoulders with the body language here suggesting she was going cross court. That's not been the best spell these last couple of minutes for Torrie Malik. 3 game balls for the Belgian.
No lead. Player review.
Well, we're
Malik
going
on the
to a
no lead
review. I have a
decision.
feeling this will be upheld though. There looks to be, it's a high drop, Mike, but there's a line to the left-hand side.
Ample space to the left, and I think that was right off the bat. Referee Andrea Santamaria saw that correctly. I think this will be upheld.
So the
No
no
lead
let decision
upheld.
being upheld from the VR.
Gilis leads 1 game to love. Malik has 1 review
It was
remaining.
a strong start there for Torrie Malik, who's lost one of her reviews, but just that business end, it all went a bit too fast. A couple of errors, and then the no let. So 10 minutes for this opening game. And Tinne Gilis, the defending champion, leads 1 game to love.
Bit of a nervy start from both players here with a mixture of winners and errors in this first game as Tinne Gilis gets her title defense in Toronto underway. Found her rhythm towards the middle of the game after exchanging some quick points early. Torrie Malik will not be happy with her final few rallies, ending on a no let. But both players still with plenty to give. Tinne Gilis leads 1 game to love.
Play will resume in 60 seconds.
Brother Perry Malik taking coaching duties.
What would be your advice in Perry's shoes right now? What would you be telling Torrie?
I thought she did a good job in terms of how she was trying to control the rallies. She was pushing up, she was trying to get onto the volley, she was playing at a nice tempo, and she was trying to, I thought she did a lot right there. It was just that business end. It just went a bit too quick. She went a bit snatchy at times, and the errors just came when she lost a bit of composure. Just be to trust that she can still win these rallies if they're to be quite extensive.
Certainly was earning her fair share of legitimate attacking opportunities, and you know, it's easier for us to see from behind the glass, but if she could just Perry could get it across to her that she is earning some good positions, maybe a little more margin, she's on a path to success.
Level.
Second game underway. Nice combination.
1-0.
You could sense as that first game went on, Tinne was finding her range on that preferred left wall, and now stringing together, you know, multiple high-quality shots in a row as opposed to just 1 or 2 at random. I think that'll be the structure she's looking for.
2-love, right side.
Malik, of course, has to expect that this ball's just going to keep coming back. The movement of Gilis, very light in her feet. Great engine. Really testing the patience and the discipline of Torrie Malik. Oh, that is as flat as a pancake.
3-love.
Just a little bit loose with that cross court onto the backhand, and that is her favorite position on the court, and duly put away by Tinne.
Yeah, nice counter drop.
And out, 1-3.
Movement and recovery into the front 2 corners is much improved over the summer from Malik. That ability, like that, to just get in and out, use those long limbs to her advantage. Such a presence in the middle of the court, doesn't she? 5'10". Again, another rally where it's just gone on a longer, and she's snatched at a boast.
Some good variation of pace and really good structure throughout that rally, but just rushing it a little bit.
That's good pressure from Torrie Malik.
And out,
Dealt with the
2-4.
attacks well, defended with the appropriate shot when she needed to.
Reap the benefits of that straight drop, just clipping the sidewall before the front. I'm not sure that's what she was intending, but it turned out to be very effective.
And out, 5-2.
She's not feeling.
You okay, Miss Malik?
She's not feeling too comfortable.
Fine,
I'm
Judy.
trying to work
Not
out what's
sure
going on here.
Not sure what's just happened.
Both players just having a giggle about something.
And out, 3-5. Yes, lads. 3-5.
Into a push-up.
What has happened there? That was
And
quite
out,
something.
6-3.
Watch this. A slip and then just a.
Like she was going to get herself back up in
I
time
thought she
and
was gonna do the worm.
sweep the racket under the ball.
How cool would the worm have been?
Down. 7-3.
She's okay though. Nothing hurt. Oh, that's nice. That's really awkward. The hold and the punch.
Out. 8-3.
Some really nice defense from Gilis in that rally. Torrie certainly played a few wonderful attacking balls, a little bit of deception, getting her leaning one way, and Tinne was still very well able to get a racket underneath it, lift the ball back with some control, and just reset in over and over and over again is just incredibly frustrating for Malik to have to deal with.
Looks like she's got shin splints.
Down.
Which, have you ever suffered with them?
10-3.
I have been fortunate. I've heard horror stories. I've not personally dealt with them. Yourself?
I have a little bit, yeah. I'm not 100% sure, of course, if that's what's wrong with her, but just going by the way she's wriggling around with her feet. Nice.
And out, 4-10. Game ball.
No signs of injury on that movement. Adjusting her feet accordingly and then running a forehand drop in. Plenty of margin above the tin, tight into the sidewall for a winner.
Still a number of game balls for the Belgian.
Yes.
Yeah, calling for the physio.
Can if we have one. Do we have a physio, please?
I hope we have a physio.
Miss Malik, 11-4, game to Gilis. Gilis leads 2 games to love.
It was actually Gilis that's coming off with a bit of an awkward limp there. But Malik requesting the physio. It's kind of like, I feel like it's shin splints or something.
Looks like she's certainly in some discomfort.
Torrie Malik has called for the physio. I hope that we've got one. Come and assess the situation. Taking the shoes off, which would suggest she's struggling with the shin. a bit. We'll see 8 minutes for the second game, and it's the defending champ that's a 2-game-to-love lead. So Torrie just doubling up here as a physio. Haven't seen one come to... There he goes. Is this a physio? Unfortunately, if it is shin splints, Mike, there's not much you can do. The shins have just gone really tight, and they need released, they need offloaded. But it's a horrible feeling. You can still move, you can still kind of run, but it's such a debilitating pain, obviously constantly on our mind as well.
It's not the sort of thing that can be stretched out or adjusted out quickly between games, even if there was some treatment to be had. So we'll see if she gets back. Looks like she's getting back on court on time, to her credit.
Well, she has to, otherwise she'll have to forfeit the game.
Time. Gilis leads 2-games-to-love.
Gilis, of course, has to stick to the plan. Pretend all is well if she can.
Well, that'll help.
Oh, yes.
Hand out, 1 love.
I love the way she sets up for that lob serve. She's particular about where she stands with her feet and has that step in, and they're really controlled underneath the ball.
Yes, let's.
You can tell she definitely has a specific spot on the front wall she's looking to hit each time. Even though sort of the pace and angle you're going to play that serve at will vary from court to court, so it's not strictly repetition, but she's got about 85% of that routine down pat.
Yes, let's. Player review. Malik on the yes, let decision.
And I thought she might say something about that. Gilis played through interference but said sorry on the way, which, bless her, she was sorry.
Spending a little bit too much time in Canada with that level of politeness.
Malik looking for a stroke here, being given the yes let from Andrea Santamaria. Not sure, I don't want to, that angle there, the overhead, really looks like she'll take it out on the follow through.
Yes,
Decision upheld.
Malik has no reviews remaining, 1 love from the round.
I think for me that's one of those situations where, again, we can see it from behind the court, the positional advantage she's gained in that rally, and just a simple punch down the wall, or even a cross court back over Tinne's head, and you're either going to maintain control, potentially hit an outright winner, and to leave it in the hands of a referee who I think made the correct call. You just want to play through that.
I know, but Mike, you know what it's like on there when the rush of blood to the head and you think, I'm going to get a stroke.
I was known to ask for my fair share of lets.
1-1.
Lovely control down this backhand wall. And just one look
Yes,
of
let's.
the drop.
The ball did pop out. You did make a great deal of effort to clear. She didn't make a great deal of effort to go to the ball either, so that's why it's a let.
Very clear
1-1.
from Andrea Santamaria. Basically, it wasn't the best drop shot. Therefore, the ball came deep enough for a let ball.
I think Gilis is very intelligently extending a few of these rallies early in the third game just to test Torrie's physical condition, not taking too much risk. And you know, to Malik's credit, she has responded quite well, kept her patience, kept her structure so far, and has probably played some of her better rallies.
And out to all.
Both players making great use of the entire height and width of the front wall in this match. With the conditions maybe being slightly cooler, a bit more height to get the ball through to the back of the court.
Oh! Oh no. Wrong footed, a slight slip.
Left side, 3-2.
But she's okay. That was a tough rally. More so I felt for Torrie Malik, but got away with that one.
Tinne could just feel that ball cutting back across her body the opposite way of her momentum, and that's a terrible feeling.
Down. 4-2.
Good start here. Torrie Malik was struggling with the shins in that second game. Oh my word. Hooked right round the back of that ball. Open racket face. We saw a lot of that yesterday against Hannah Craig. A lot of weird noises came from me yesterday watching Torrie Malik, that's for sure.
3-5.
Excitement levels were high.
Is that unusual for you, or?
It's the type of shots that she was playing are obviously very, very typical to her style, but she was pulling them all off. And it was just all guns blazing type of attacking. Well, now and then weird noises come out, but probably not that often. Yeah, this is very good.
And out 6-3.
Got Gilis on the back foot here. Managing to get in front.
No doubt a little bit of that psychology that you always deal with when maybe your opponent's showing some signs of injury. You've come through a second game to take a commanding 2-love lead, and then they come out and start the third game stronger than they finished the second. And it's up to Tinne in this situation to now get her intensity back to where it was previously.
Oh, didn't quite adjust quick enough.
And out 4-6.
Awkwardly, the ball coming at the body.
Would you have stopped and asked there?
I mean, if I could move my feet back in time, perhaps.
Yes, let's.
Yeah, she's looking for the stroke, and
4-6.
Andrea Santamaria just wanting her to take that line.
To the ball, but there was interference.
Yeah, just wanting her to take that line
4-6.
to the left ever so slightly.
Reasonable decision. She was certainly up on Gilis's back right as that ball was played, and I think a yes let is the fair call.
It's like she changed her mind on that one halfway through the shot. She's ruffled the feathers here of the defending
8-4.
champ. It's very aggressive. It's the awareness as well to rip that ball past Tinne Gilis. Yeah, that is incredibly short. Wasn't a bad lob, but she's so strong up in that air.
Not a bad lob by any means, but that's just become such a signature shot for Gilis, and she's going to pepper that in all day.
That is lovely. What a finish. That's a bit of
6-8.
Torrie Malik, that.
From the volley drop on the previous shot.
Miss Malik, please don't wipe your hands on the back wall.
Volley kill on the next one. Gilis has some great variety from just sort of above shoulder height on her backhand. Definitely one of the top players in the world on the women's tour in that area.
It's a nice switch from Gilis. Oh dear.
7-8. Not on the back wall, please don't wipe your hands on the back.
Well, she has just been told. I will go sidewall. I kind of like the attitude. She's a chance here, Mike. Malik. She can keep her composure. She's well in this third game. Pure boast, isn't it, from Gilis? We've seen that already
9-7.
in this match. Out of nowhere, really.
A rash choice, and you know that should galvanize Malik to know that she can hang in these long rallies. She can exchange drives up and down the wall, and that she will reap dividends if she's patient enough.
9-7, 2-point cushion, business end, very much so here in the third.
Yes, let 7-9 at 9-7.
Malik has done a better job in this game of finding some attacking opportunities with a little bit of margin, such that if she doesn't get it just right, the rally continues and she maintains her position.
That is very accurate. Some would say lucky, some would say intentional. 3 game balls for a thoroughly deserved third game for Torrie Malik.
Game to Malik. Gilis leads.
So there we go.
2 games to 1.
Ruffled the feathers here, the defending champ. Came out, had a good balance, been patient and attacking. Torrie Malik's sent this into a 4th game. No request of a new ball from either player.
Well, there's some real concern for Malik's interest in this match after the second game. She looked to be struggling, potentially with a shin issue, but she came out and played by far her best game of the match yet. A little bit more patience, a little bit more structure, cut out some of the unforced errors. earned herself some very good attacking positions in the middle of the court. And that wonderful backhand boast brings her back within shouting distance in this match.
Well, the physio putting in a bit of work into the shins now.
Play will resume in 60
Didn't
seconds.
have any effect really, not that we saw anyway. Perhaps there was physical discomfort, but she dealt with it well. Well, coming up next, Mike, we've got Holly Naughton, the Canadian #1. She's
Play
got a
resume in
potentially
30
tricky match on her hands against Nour Heikal. How do you see that one going?
She absolutely does. I mean, you know, of course, this is one of Holly's major events of the year. Really, the only opportunity to play a very large event in home soil. You can see the crowd, friends, family starting to trickle in and fill up for this Sunday night, and I think she quite enjoys that. I think it makes a match that certainly on paper could be a toss-up. I think Holly thrives and will benefit from some home court advantage. So. Early prediction there. I'm maybe going to go with a
Gilis
3-1 for
leads 2
Naughton.
games to 1.
Nice. Certainly
Malik
the
to
stand
serve.
is getting pretty packed there.
Love all.
Fourth game. The defending champ Tinne Gilis had a 2-game-to-love lead. Torrie Malik stealing that third game. What about that for a start?
1-love.
It was interesting, Lisa, you noted that neither player requested the new ball at the one opportunity that both players get after that third game. And I was just speaking with Holly before coming into the commentary booth, and it sort of occurred to me, I thought, after the third game, you almost want to let your opponent go out the door first and essentially do the opposite of whatever they've asked for. So if they've not asked for the new ball, maybe tactically it's in your interest to ask for a new one, even if you wouldn't have otherwise. Some like
Interesting.
sequential game theory stuff there. I'm not sure if I've thought it through properly, but
I quite like that mind games. Terrible though if you request a new ball and it just really doesn't work out for you. Melissa Alves had a very tough experience with that one today.
and there is, of course, that little bit of variance always with a new ball. You know, some are, especially with the glass court, with the white balls, some are faster, some are a little bit heavier. Completely random, but even within that, there's you never know exactly how it's going to play out, which of course Melissa found out earlier.
Tinne Gilis just on the receiving end of another straight kill from Malik. She's getting a lot of opportunities now. Accuracy has dropped off quite significantly. Yeah, she's not read it. It's a great shape.
It was a great camera angle at the moment. We had that back left camera sort of showing Tinne's movement, pushing forward, maybe looking for that volley drop, feeling like she had to compensate early, and getting pushed down the line. You can see just how disruptive that is to someone, even someone who moves as well as Gilis does.
Slight bit of contact there. The follow through there of Gilis.
Opening up her shoulders a little bit, driving through that ball, may have brushed Malik with her racket.
Tinne Gilis now on the prowl, pushing up the court. Oh, she was lucky there, Gilis.
Left side, 4-3.
Gilis was in a very tough position. She was already quite narrow with the side wall. If that drop had been above the tin, I think she would have struggled to to do anything with quality there. Malik will be lamenting that missed opportunity and that reverse post into the tin.
5-3.
She's gone a bit rogue here, Malik.
Miss Malik, please don't wipe your hands on the back wall. Use the side wall, not the back. Thank you.
She just keeps forgetting. Not sure she's deliberately testing the referee.
I'm not sure how many hand wipes result in a conduct warning, but
How many?
we might find out tonight.
How many would you give?
A handful.
Oh, I see what you did there, Mike.
Always have a little bit of help in the commentary booth.
Not up. Okay. Player review, Gilis.
Well, we're gonna check it.
Good decision. Yeah,
Both players saying
just
it was
have a
good.
look, yeah.
Ball's only allowed to bounce once. There it goes once, and yep, she gets underneath
That
that.
was fine. That was absolutely fine.
Just got underneath in time.
Good. Decision overruled. Gilis has 2 reviews remaining. 5-3.
Oh, that's lovely. You can see on the preparation just how open the racket face is. There's so much cut. It's almost...
Leading edge of the racket was just almost parallel to the side wall
That's
as she cut around the
exactly
other
what
side.
I couldn't say. Fantastic finish. It's the best I've seen Malik play.
I think she could really take some confidence from that rally. She was, she maintained a positive position for 8 or 10 shots in a row without feeling compelled to go for anything too rash, and reap the rewards after a really extended rally.
6-4.
Oh, that was difficult. It was an incredibly tight ball from Malik.
7-4.
Was tight from tight from tight.
Not able to do it the second time round, just doing some pogos.
5-7.
She is quite plyometric.
Yeah, she's done nothing wrong there with the movement.
And down. 8-5.
Just the width not there on the cross court from Malik.
Just that slight bit of interference, but Tinne has done nothing wrong, and you watch that ball fade into the back corner.
That's aggressive. That is very severe.
Seen this a few times now from Malik, just letting that ball travel a little bit behind her lead shoulder and then cutting it back across with that open racket face, and Gilis is just gone the wrong direction.
Not letting Gilis run away with this.
second time she's caught that bounce on a cross court to the back right corner.
7-8.
Sometimes known as the Canadian cross court.
Is it?
Catch the back wall first, run it into the side wall. Very effective on panel courts.
Oh.
And out 9-7.
Yet another wonderfully tight backhand drop rolled in from the back left corner, and Gilis is now just 2 points from victory in this second round match. Injecting a bit of pace here. She sees the finish line approaching, potentially.
It's a lovely lob.
Video referee decision on
Yeah.
the Malik appeal.
I'm going to take another look at this one. I think it's a good idea to do.
Malik was looking a little bit ragged as that rally carried on. I think this may have been a bit of an ambitious ask, but the ball may have come back just far enough to be within reach.
Video referee will be determining the distance to the ball and also the correct line. She is quite deep. She's at the back of the service boxes there.
Yes, let 9-7, right side.
So the yes let prolonging the match ball, the potential match ball for Tinne Gilis.
Match ball.
Great bit of variety to bring up her first match ball.
Oh, that's nice.
11-7, match to Gilis. 3
Lovely
games to
finish.
one.
It was a terrific match. Certainly, as I said, the best that I've seen
7-11,
Torrie Malik
11-7.
play. I thought she kept great composure throughout that. She was very disciplined at times and her movement was great. Physically hung in really well. It's the defending champion that gets through 48 minutes. 3 games to 1.
Tinne, congratulations. That's a tough 4-gamer. Can you walk us through the 4th game, up and down? What was that like for you?
I mean, I think this is the first time we've ever played on the PSA Tour, and I've watched her play many, many times. She's been playing really good squash. I know what she's capable of. She's got some great attacking shots, and on this court, that's very deadly. So I had to hit my targets, and the game she won, all credit to her, she didn't let me hit them, and she just finished them. So she deserved that game. She basically like won all the points. But then I just knew I had to get back from the start and just try and focus every point on the target, and I think that's what got me through today.
Really solid performance. Who here was here last year when Tinne won this tournament? Nice. How does it feel? How does it feel to be back on this court in Toronto?
I mean, it's good memories. It was my biggest title, and that's why I wanted to come back here, because good vibes here from last year. And I mean, I know the draw this year is extra strong. So I don't know what's going to happen this year, but I'm just happy to be here, and I'm going to fight every round and see what happens. It's the women's game is very interesting nowadays, so you never know what's gonna happen. As if you're not ready on that day, then anyone can beat you. So we'll see. For right now, I'm happy to be through and focus on the next one.
Excellent. And if we could keep you here for a moment, I'm going to call up a couple of our Canadian juniors. If I could have Olivia and Sophie come down here, if Sophie's still here, that would be great. She's got a question for you. Oh, she's here. Sophie, I thought she ducked out. Round of applause for Olivia and Sophie. Who's first? Bullgerific, you're first. Olivia, your question for Tinne.
How do you spend the day leading up to an evening match like this?
Good question. I don't know if you want. I usually, if it's a late match, I like to hit in the morning, get the body going, and then first of all coffee, then breakfast practice. After breakfast, I just like to walk a bit around, get another coffee, and then head back to my place, rewatch some matches of myself or my opponents. And I eat usually at least 3 hours before my match, because when I play it takes a bit longer to digest, so I rather just eat way in advance, and if I'm still hungry I get snacks before. And yeah, I come to my match at least an hour before, start like getting in the zone like 45 minutes before, and then up until I step on court.
Cool answer. Nice question. Sophie?
How much do you train a week?
How much do you train a week?
Nowadays it depends on my body. Usually it's like twice a day, sometimes 3 times, but that doesn't happen that often anymore. Ideally, I'd like to do 1 squash session. If I do 2, it's a light one, and then it could be more match play or something. But I like to do 1 squash a day, and then in the gym or bike or running session. And also 1 or 2, 1 completely day off, and then 2 maybe after like 1 session a day, depending on my body. If I feel bad, then I'll have more rest. If I don't, then I can keep going. But nowadays, I have to listen to my body, otherwise it's not going to last that much longer. Yeah.
Amazing answers. Thank you so much for your questions and your answers, Tinne. Ladies and gentlemen, Tinne, Gilis, Olivia, and Sophie. We'll be back very shortly. We'll have a short presentation, and the folks on court with me at that time will welcome the next players.
Well, defending champion was quite sternly tested in the opening match of her defense at the 2025 Canadian Women's Open. Tinne Gilis took something of a convincing 2-love lead over Torrie Malik, who appeared to be struggling with a shin injury towards the end of that second game, but the final 2 games were much better for the young Englishwoman, taking the third pretty comfortably and keeping things very close until the end of the fourth, when Tinne showed why she is the defending champion of this event and booked her place in the quarterfinals.
Potentially the local hero, Holly Naughton, the Canadian #1 and #7 seed here. She's facing Nour Heikal any minute now.
pleasure to introduce to you, please give a big round of applause for the original mastermind of the Canadian Opens and the leader of squash in Canada, CEO of Squash Canada, Jamie Nichols.
It's actually the first time Sam's introduced me. I'm usually introducing her, but thanks everybody for being here. I have to say, it is so special to have this event back here at Brookfield Place because you see squash players past, future, and present all coalescing, and we're just so happy to be back here at Brookfield. So thanks everybody for coming. Now you can clap. We have a bit of a special presentation before our feature match here, and as I said, the Ontario squash community has a long history of being one of the best squash communities in all of the world. Today's sessions are in support of Squash Ontario. Proceeds of ticket sales will be going back to Squash Ontario, and in particular to their women and girls programming, which is so important right now. Yep. I'd like to introduce the Executive Director of Squash Ontario, one of the great leaders in our sport right now, Lindsay Yates.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. On behalf of the Squash Ontario board and staff, we are very enthusiastic and excited to be here celebrating women's squash and also as a chosen community partner for the Canadian Women's Open. So while the Squash Canada team has been busy putting together this incredible event, at Squash Ontario, we've been hard at work trying to make sure that squash has been introduced to the widest audience possible through our traveling mini court program. So this past summer was the first summer that it ran, and we went to 9 events across the province, introducing 20,000 people to squash. It's a lot. At every one of those events, funding and equipment was given to the local organizers to then bring back to their club to make sure that all of the women and girls that were introduced to squash at the event got the chance to play on court and then sign up for programming after that. We run, if you know anything about Squash Ontario, there's a tournament every single weekend for any type of player. It doesn't matter your age or your ability. There's always a competition or an opportunity to play. We're very proud that there's a lot of opportunity for women and girls to play as well. And that's across juniors, provincials, community events. We just ran our Women's Masters Team Tournament, which was our biggest event to date for the Women's Masters. This is the only tournament that sells out within hours every year. And then finally, I'm happy to report a couple stats. I love my numbers, and across these 62 events every year, it's easy to keep track. Female participation was on the rise last season. It grew 9% in our provincial championship series and 1% in our juniors. Yeah. And then finally, for the past 3 years in a row, the gender divide for our junior players has been closing, which is very exciting. So go women's squash. And thank you guys for hosting this incredible event. So next I'd like to actually present, I'd like to call someone special up to the court, Alison LeBur, if you could join us. Oh boy, she's had a long day. So Alison, I'm going to hand this to you. It's the Squash Canada Certificate of Achievement. So Alison was nominated earlier this year by the province of Ontario. As Squash Canada, they call for nominations for every province and territory to nominate their one huge big hitter of the year. Someone that shaped a province or a territory, got out of their club, made sure that their presence was known, that they were there to help, they were there to volunteer. And Alison has been deserving of this award for a very long time, and I'm very proud to give it to her this year. She has helped with women's squash, girls squash, wheelchair squash, new to Canada squash, school squash, high school squash, you name it. She retired a couple years ago, but I don't think she feels retired yet, just because she's jumped into every single squash job possible. So thank you. We're very lucky to have you in Ontario. Nice work. Would you like to say a word?
I'm really not very good with saying words on the spot here, but I'll just say all of the stuff that I do comes from a love of the sport, and the biggest reward, this is really nice to be recognized, but the biggest reward for me is having all sorts of women get jacked up by the sport. And if you haven't tried it yet, I strongly encourage you to do it, and you can contact me, I'll help you figure it out.
So because all of you are here tonight, the proceeds from your tickets go to our mini court program, and you're directly responsible for introducing new people to the sport. So nice work.
I'll keep you up here. I'll keep you up here. Huh?
And while we have Allison up here, we would be remiss if we said, as if she doesn't already do enough, she is the volunteer lead coordinator for this very Canadian Women's Open, and the leader, the Pied Piper of all our red-shirted volunteers. 3 years, we've kept this amazing team together. They keep getting better to better, and they are the backbone of this event. So thank you, Allison, but thank you for your team. Amazing. Okay, on to the squash. We ready, everyone? You're staying out here, both of you.
It's my pleasure to get to introduce the next two players to the court. Our third match of the evening. First up, yesterday she beat Canada's Danielle Ray 3-0. Her world ranking is 41. She's from Egypt. Put your hands together for Nour Heikal. And her opponent, I'd like to hear a lot of noise here. Next on court, here is your very own 5-time Canadian champion, Commonwealth Games historic silver medalist, highest world ranking 16. Get loud for Naughton!
Quick photo, guys.
We'll have a quick photo, and welcome to the match ref, Darren Manley, and video ref, Dave Fishburne. Have a great match. Get loud!
So match number 7 on the card today, second round of the Canadian Women's Open. And we've got Nour Heikal of Egypt, young up-and-comer, 22 years of age, up against Holly Naughton, Canada's own, on her home court here. And she's certainly got a warm welcome, and I'm going to give a very warm welcome to the man next to me who's in here again in the commentary box, Mike McHugh. Mike, lovely to have you here again.
Great to be back in here with you, Johnny, for the second match in a row. You know, as I was just discussing with Lisa, you know, I've learned so much about commentary and presenting from you. So,
oh wow,
happy to be here once again, and certainly really exciting to be part of Holly's opening match in this 2025 Canadian Women's Open. Home favorite, packed crowd on a Sunday night here in Toronto. This is fantastic.
Yeah, the crowd is certainly, you can see there that nice backdrop in this wonderful building here with the atrium-styled arches there. Kind of reminds me also a little bit of being at Alguna at the Conference and Cultural Centre.
Certainly both very unique venues in the world, and a huge amount of work, of course, goes into the planning and preparation and then execution of this event, both from a logistical perspective, you know, of course, getting the court set up, liaising with property management is a real undertaking for Squash Canada. They do a fantastic job of it, and this has become a real core event on the PSA World Tour calendar.
Sounds like you're speaking from first-hand experience there.
I may or may not have been involved with last year's event and got a taste of it and thought, this is too hard, I need to do something else.
So you decided to go and work for Graham Riding, I heard as well.
Which was, yeah, whether that was a smart choice or not, still up for debate, but that's been the case for 1 year now. So.
Okay. No, brilliant stuff, mate. I remember, yeah, when we crossed paths in 24, was it? 23, 24.
Calgary, 24.
Calgary, 24, exactly. You worked for Squash Canada. And
Half-time.
Then, after getting your financial education there, you've moved on to brighter things now under the leadership of Graham, ex-world number 10, of course, who we may hopefully get Graham Riding in here this week as well.
Believe he is in attendance right now.
With his son, yeah, just bumped into him before. Obi Riding. Now Nour Heikal played another Canadian yesterday, Danielle Ray. Seemed like in the first game it was going all smooth, but it just got a little bit choppy in the second game. She didn't handle some of the disruptive, say, tactics that Danielle was employing quite successfully. 22 years of age, though. She took a game off Nour El Shabini in Qatar. So she's certainly a lady on the up. She had a great Egyptian Open. Don't know if you've seen a bit of her, Mike, but yeah, she's got weapons to her game, as you'd expect with Egyptians. Pace, deception. She's going to need to bring all of that tonight.
Well, absolutely. Nour certainly, I caught a little bit of her match last night against Danielle. First time seeing her play in person, as you alluded to. No shortage of attacking impetus to her game, no shortage of confidence, and you know, perhaps some of those first round nerves, jitters now out of the way, and she'll be confident taking on her second Canadian opponent in a row.
Yeah, we've got Holly Naughton, who for Canada has been a stalwart for a long, long time. 31 years of age, multiple winner of the Canadian national title. But this will be a test. She'll be ready for it, though. She'll know that she's got to deal with yet another Egyptian with many weapons and pace. So she's going to have to get. She's a strong game base herself, and that is what I'm expecting to see from her. She's going to set the patterns deep in the court and not allow Heikal to step up and get cheap options, Mike.
Time.
Absolutely. Holly is certainly a player known for imposing her style of game. Fantastic ball control, great use of height, tight up and down the side walls. Has that favored backhand volley drop, and you know, she'll certainly be looking to play this match on her own terms, especially in front of the home crowd. There's Nghiem. Looks like he's in Holly's corner for this match.
Sure is. Are you aware? You must be aware of the coaching relationship that he has with Holly and how often they work together.
I think they've been working a little bit more closely together. Holly's been spending a bit more time this side of the Atlantic last year or so, after spending the better part of the last decade based in and around Pontefract in the UK. She's been spending a bit more time at home in Mississauga, coming into the city of Toronto to train, and obviously someone like Nghiem is just an incredible wealth of experience and information. He's been helping her out a lot more frequently.
Canadian Women's Open 2025 round of 16 match. Nour Heikal of Egypt to serve. Holly Naughton of Canada to receive. Best of 5 games. Love all.
So match number 7, second last for the evening, and straight away Nour Heikal.
One love.
In the maroon coloured outfit. Takes no time at all to get that first drop in, and in she goes again. So the attacking ways of this young Egyptian are on full display immediately. She's not going to be shy around the front of the court.
No lack of confidence was what you'd expect from so many young Egyptian players. You know, literally first shot of the match, willing to take it in straight and short. Second shot of the match, trying the same thing again. It's such an aggressive mentality that is so often very effective.
And the fist is out already, so she's certainly full of intent here.
And she'll certainly be aware of the situation, be aware of the crowd support for Holly, and no doubt be looking to that for a little bit of extra inspiration to play spoiler.
Yeah, 100%. Mike, I can remember playing a few matches in various countries where you're playing the crowd favourite.
No lets.
Good decision that ball. This is not a good review. Not a good review because a lot of inexperience here, I feel. You're 2-1 in the first game. She's left herself in a bad position here at Nour Heikal. And she's just a bit sort of bollocking into her opponent. I feel like she's got to go on the inside there and go and get that.
Video referee agrees.
Yep, and that's one review gone so early. Really just thrown away, I feel. We'll see whether or not that has any impact. Don't review that, whatever you do.
Holly is certainly known for her ability to straighten that ball out from the front left corner on her own forehand, and Heikal was leaning right, caught off guard, and a bit of a desperate ask, and rightfully denied by the referee.
Yeah, a few no-lets being dished out, but all of them correct. Both players just losing their way with their line hitting a little bit, and the other one's punishing it away. It's a bit of a nervy tin, I feel. It's just because of the patterns that have already been put out there, Mike, that you can feel that in front of the home crowd, just a bit of expectation on the shoulders.
Just a little bit premature, and no need for that level of aggression and going that fine so early in the match. Certainly don't be afraid to take it in short, but it probably is not going to be a winner so early. We've got another let already.
More effort to go to the ball, please, Ms. Heikal. And out for all.
I wonder if there's a few little additional traffic issues with the handedness here. Holly playing those straight drives on her backhand. Certainly wants to hold a strong position, keep her shoulders close to the side wall.
Yeah, perhaps there's a little bit of it, but I feel it's more down to the waywardness of Heikal's not recognising that her own shot, the quality's just lacking in those situations. Good work from Naughton. She's staying in this rally. And then she dishes it back to her the first time she got a chance. I don't know really what why the Egyptians got their hands in the air.
Just a lovely bit of hold there from Holly, late on the ball. Travel just a little bit deeper on her forehand, cutting it back across. We saw Torrie Malik play a similar shot very effectively in the previous match. Get your opponent's momentum leaning one way, cut it back the other.
Down.
And the mindset now is getting tested because we mentioned early on she's aggressive and she's hunting those opportunities, but she also needs to temper that aggression a little bit, I feel, here. Oh, that is the absolute, that is a Schenkenhausen. Michael did not deserve to go where it went.
Not sure that caught much string, but it certainly caught the neck.
Oh, back she comes roaring into this game. That's how quick it's going. Well, you got Heikal, who's just really breaking patterns up by going short very early, and Naughton trying to find her feet.
No-lets.
It's another no-let. She should just be going on that left-hand side and playing that. It was an opportunity, perhaps, to get in quick, punch that down the line.
She's not even really looking at the ball in that situation, really making no attempt, and I think the referee has been spot on so far with their decisions.
Down.
Emotions, you just feel that, you can see it there, the emotion, that adrenaline curve is just too high, and she's coming over the other side where the performance drops. Oh my goodness, it's another absolute.
7-8.
Had 15 points on the board here in what mustn't be 5 minutes yet.
Yes, let. Let's give her a little bit of access. Please, Ms. Heikal.
And Johnny, as you alluded to, that adrenaline curve is maybe not in the optimal spot right now, and we're already getting down to the business end of a game. Often that first rush of energy will subside after 3 or 4 long rallies and you settle in, but it's been so stop-start here that we're into some crucial points already.
Down.
And yeah, and that shot there, you can feel that there was a tentativeness as she ran in. She didn't smoothly approach that ball, and it's Naughton who's showing all of the experience right now and just nudging herself in front. Starting to find her marks too with those lines down both sides. That's a lovely switch there. It was served up on a platter though.
And out, 8-9.
Both just sat right up from Naughton, and Heikal's got all the options in the world and chooses smartly to bring herself back within 1 point here, 8-9 in the first game.
Well, she's done well there. She's just managed to get the racket under it. She's got her hands out. She doesn't realise her opponent has conceded the point already. No. Talking about just a little bit too overzealous with everything at the moment.
The preemptive arguing.
9-all. Yeah, that's dangerous. We've seen 2 boasts in the last period from Naughton. They both got dealt with.
Game ball.
So after feeling like Naughton at 9-7 had control, she's quickly given it back, and it's Heikal with game ball here.
Stroke to Heikal.
Could be a stroke.
11-9, game to Heikal. Heikal leads 1-0.
Very, very scrappy affair there in the first game. Nour Heikal was breaking the patterns up successfully early on. Felt like she might have just gone a bit too far, but she managed somehow to sneak that game. Holly Naughton be very, very disappointed with that. 1-love for the Egyptian.
Well, it was a rapid-fire first game, registering 20 points on the board in under 10 minutes. A few controversial decisions, a few reviews. Some spectacular winners towards the business end of the game from Heikal, who capitalized on a few poor shot choices from Naughton, overcoming a 7-9 deficit to eventually win the game 11-9 and take a 1-love lead.
Yeah, that figure just in front of Holly Naughton is Graham Riding, ex-world number 10 and long-time training partner, touring partner of none other than Jonathan Power.
Play will resume in 60 seconds.
Score worm there, Mike. You can see that Heikal just disappeared, but
took those last 4 points in frankly quite short order. From
yeah,
7-9 down.
what I found interesting about that was it did feel that her emotions were not, you know, that stable. But it was Naughton who actually faltered. I felt like just when she looked okay, she threw up a couple of boasts and sort of, you know, and should have been aware from the start of the game what was going to happen.
And credit to Heikal, she you know,
Play
managed to
30
hit those winners with a healthy amount of margin. You know, it was the right choice at the right time after being given that opportunity. And you know, she'll certainly be hopefully settled down after that first game. And Holly will need to make a few adjustments. I think just maybe on the shot selection front. But hope both players can settle into their more regular game here.
Heikal leads 1-0. Love all.
Game 2 of this last 16 match. Brookfield Place. We've settled into darkness now in the night of Toronto. That won't be a let either. Some strange asks going on in this match so far.
Player review Naughton on the no let decision.
That I did not see coming.
I do not think this is a smart use of one of your 2 reviews. Ball's running away, barely any interference. Heikal has done nothing wrong there. I think Holly's going to regret reviewing this.
It's a good shot too. She's given it good level of power through the ball there with the wrist.
Decision upheld. Naughton has 1 review nicely.
Looked like there was a little injection of pace in that rally. It wasn't the longest rally, but Heikal certainly was getting through the ball very well.
She's just rushing Naughton so well. Naughton doesn't seem to have a feeling for where she wants to get some structure in her game. I'd like to see her swinging it over to that left-hand side, because a lot of the winners from Heikal have been struck in that forehand area. Settle down this left-hand wall a bit. There we go.
That's a wonderful hold.
And the crowd, they come to life. They
1-all.
are going to get behind Naughton. Any winners like that will be applauded strongly.
Down.
Another miss hit. This one went down. The first 2 went for winners for Heikal. And Holly's ahead early in this second game.
Oh, a lot of tussling going on in the middle there. The fight for real estate is quite intense. Feisty customer, Heikal. Certainly showing that side of herself tonight. Just the it's a bit the nervousness of perhaps she sees an opportunity here, don't you think, Mike? That you can feel that she believes, you know, this is her moment.
And with neither player looking, to be honest, at this point, 100% settled. You know, there's just that bit of edginess that, you know, could be winner, could be a tin. You're maybe not making the best shot selections, and I think that only exacerbates other nerves you might be feeling in this moment.
Yeah, it's lovely, and she lets out that very strong cry as it echoes through this business hall here, or business centre.
Stroke to Heikal.
I think that the thing is that Heikal is not
4-3
unhappy about the way this is panning out. That, you know, the let decisions and the stop-startness of this style is very much suiting what she wants.
Better rally for Naughton.
That was close. Big push there from Heikal at the end. She got dragged around the court a fair bit. It was the first time that we saw a bit of a physical type rally.
Holly jumped on a few balls early in the middle of that rally, played Heikal back into it with a poor choice, but still manages to finish it off with a backhand volley drop.
And out, 5-4.
Any sort of basic principles you would be, you know, if you were in Holly's shoes right now, what sort of game, what sort of terms would you be trying to bring the game to?
Stroke to Heikal.
So starting there, as I said, I feel that she should be a bit honed more on trying to get onto her forehand, where is, you know, definitely her favoured side. I think the holds there in general just a little bit better, and if she's in trouble, I think that she's got to use height more as well, like lift the ball over to that area.
With the interference, she could reach the ball, I feel. The right box, 6-4.
And that certainly is within Holly's skill set. She, having spent a fair bit of time on court with her myself, she can certainly, you know, lift the ball, keep it tight, keep it wide on the cross court. So I think that might be something she needs to dip into.
Stroke to Heikal.
Yeah, it's also
you're in her swing.
She just seems a little bit frustrated, as you can hear there, by
7-4.
The way that Heikal is just coming out quite aggressive with her positions and her stances, and trouble, big trouble. Yeah, it's been put away again. It's too loose, and Naughton is the one that's actually
8-4.
felt like her structures are starting to just sort of fall apart a little bit here. That's more like it. That's the area I want to see her go to. You asked me, Michael. I said that is right there, down that left-hand side, and then look for that volley there.
5-8.
Next 2 points, absolutely crucial. Holly really needs to stay within shouting distance before Heikal gets to 9 or 10 in this game.
Yeah, it's same result. We've seen it over and over. Every time Heikal is set on that forehand position, she's not missing now.
9-5.
Clever little bit of hold there just to stop Naughton's movement. Rolling the boast around. Holly really had no chance on that one.
She's been done again. It's the change of direction, the chopping and changing with that boast. Very, very smart, clever play here from the youngster from Egypt. And that is a lovely kill shot. Won't be a let. Naughton looking a bit distressed there in the middle, but that's got more to do with the fact that she's just unable to control or stem the tide of attacks from the Egyptian.
I am watching. There's no abnormal movement there, Miss Hawk.
I would say that Heikal's taking strong positions and bossing her around a little bit there, Mike, but still leads to the same result. 2 games to love for Heikal, and Naughton's got a lot to think about, as has Graham Riding.
Well, after a choppy first game for both players, it was the young Egyptian Nour Heikal a little bit better able to find her rhythm in that second game. Couple loose returns of serve from Holly, couple poor cross courts leaving the ball in the middle, and some good aggressive play by the young Egyptian. She took a lead at the midpoint of that game and then really ran away with it towards the end, and she is now 2 games to love ahead and on the verge of a pretty big upset in the second round.
Holly Naughton has found a bit of a hiding spot there behind that screen. And that is the next match, by the way, folks, just in case you're wondering.
That's not a graphic, that's an actual physical TV screen.
Yes, exactly.
Graham and Holly are hiding behind. I think I've spotted Elena Miller in the crowd there, who is a several-time Canadian women's champion in the early to mid-2000s.
Married to Jeff, or partner of Jeff, is that right, Jeff Lowry?
Close.
Play will resume in 30 seconds.
I actually have to admit I'm not sure of Elena's husband's name. Wonderful guy, but
not Jeff.
Not Jeff Lurie.
15 seconds.
I just met Jeff's partner and I made a meal of myself there. Don't worry about that.
Elena certainly would be someone Holly looked up to growing up, though. She
Heikal leads 2
got
games
to
to love.
30s in the world.
Love all.
Somebody who's also looking to press into the 30s in the world is the number 41, and that's Nour Heikal. And her shot-making abilities are a real problem for Holly Naughton at the moment. It's just, on there we've got another clash of bodies.
Yes, let Miss Heikal, please. The movement coming off the ball.
It's the first intervention from the referee, first little bit of commentary. And maybe he has clued in on something with Heikal's movement around the tee.
Down. One love, hand out one love. Stroke to Heikal.
Yeah, this would be yet another upset. We saw Naughton Garras in the first match of the day.
2-1.
Through in 5 games, and Anahat Singh was the biggest boil over, taking out Melissa Alves. Did not expect that she would be able to step up to the plate like that. Now we've got Nour Heikal also.
Down.
I don't think we've seen enough of that. We haven't seen Holly Naughton on that forehand side getting those sort of positions where she can drop it in, because I feel that Nour Heikal's movement at that full stretch range is not, you know, it's not as quick.
And Holly is getting a bit of time and space in that corner, and as with all lefties, it's a real strength area.
No, I saw the ball down. There's no check, no reviews on the down balls. No. 3-2.
Ooh, that was an opportunity. Naughton will be
4-2.
happy and relieved just to see a bit of a gap opening up without actually hitting the marks that she wants to hit. Just stays in that one.
It's the first bit of positive scoreboard momentum since she was up 9-7 in the first game, and I'm sure she's feeling that.
It's just too loose. She's looking at her opponent, but look at the shot, Mike. It's just come straight onto the racket
The ball was
again.
way too far away, please, Miss Naughton. Okay. Yeah, we are watching all the movement, please. Let us do what we do. Hand out 3-4.
I think Holly will understand when she sees that one back on replay that it's just a poor shot, and it's never a let.
Yeah, we're just getting a bit of an indication that the psyche of Holly's been disturbed too much by these things, and as long as Nour Heikal hears those kind of complaints, then we're going to see those little movements as well.
And I think you're exactly right, Johnny. It's a sort of, if you were feeling confident, if you were the person, the player up to love, up in the third game, and you'd brush that situation off, no issue, right? So it's very contextual.
And out 5-3, my mistake. Stroke to Naughton.
Just building her case here, step by step. It hasn't been perfect, but just been steady enough to get that 6-3 lead, but she's still got some work to do in this game. We've seen how quick the Egyptian can turn this around if she gets positions around the mid part of the court, like that.
And
that was pretty good.
Beautiful bit of hold, gets set up nice and early, lets the ball drop down to her shoelaces, cuts it into the neck. Completely stopped Naughton's movement on the tee there.
That's short. That's very short. And Holly Naughton, again, that we've seen too often boast. There's no attempt really to dig that ball out of the corner and guide it down the line with a bit more defensive play.
It's like Holly's trying to incorporate a bit more height, especially with that cross court, but not quite getting enough string underneath the ball yet.
Good pressure from the youngster. She's really testing Holly Naughton, but that ball's gone. She finally gets a position on that forehand volley, looks to the crowd, bit of a salute.
Tremendous rally, four corner squash, and then slap down the wall.
We got to play on.
That lefty forehand volley.
Interesting there that Heikal was looking for a bit of a cheeky break, but the ref was having none of it. Yeah, lovely.
Wonderful.
Cuts it in. And to the raptures of this crowd here at Brookfield Place.
Quickly, please, Miss Heikal. Not on the back wall, thank you.
Should have learned that lesson in the previous match.
Yeah, it's starting to get a few opportunities.
9-5.
Heikal continues to pump the ball short, and Holly Naughton, for the first time in the match, is mopping up around those front court areas, and that is very important.
Stroke to Heikal.
Quick decision there. Wasn't sure whether or not
And
Naughton got
out
out of the
6-9.
way. Just perhaps too close to the follow through. Yeah, lovely. Good margin on that, hitting it a bit firmer to be safer.
10-6.
4 game balls here for the Canadian.
Down. 11-6, game to Naughton. Heikal leads 2 games to 1.
Signal for the new ball. No. Holly Naughton just hauling herself back into this match, much to the delight of the crowd. 26 minutes, it's 2 games to 1 for the Egyptian, but Naughton is mounting a comeback.
Well, that third game was the first stage of the match where we've seen Holly Naughton look settled in, look comfortable, look grooved on this glass court. She earned a few more attacking opportunities with some better play to the back of the court. And, you know, with the clinical finishing we've become accustomed to seeing from her. A little bit of consternation on her part towards the end of the game, but she manages to take it 11-7, and we are now positioned 2-1 in this second round match.
Play will resume in 60 seconds.
Holly Naughton has found the area where things just change for her. So she's perhaps a little bit superstitious, Mike, and decided let's not Let's go to the area where I managed to just up my game a little bit behind the screen.
Thought some of the discussion about not asking for a new ball after that third game.
Play will resume in 30 seconds.
We're talking about this in the previous match, and just wondering if maybe it's best to let your opponent exit the court first after that third game, and if they choose to not ask, maybe you do want a new one just to sort of counter their
15
wishes.
seconds.
That's a good point. I like that. Psychological warfare. There's been plenty of that in this match as well. I think that Holly Naughton would... she didn't want a new ball because she's just starting to find her range.
Heikal
leads short balls
2
towards the end of
games
that
to
game as
1.
well.
Naughton to serve. Miss Heikal. Not on the back glass, thank you. Love all.
Here we go, game 4. Oh, the refs jumped in early.
It's not up. Would you like a review? Because I'm sure on the not up.
Not so sure after all, Holly Naughton.
Hand out, one love.
Both of them were 100% sure, and referees call one out.
Yeah, I think she was only 91% sure. If that.
Out. Hand out, 1-all.
Oh, it's a lovely drilling cross court. She's just chopped that away for a winner, and the danger signs, they just start to flash a little bit, don't they? You can feel that Holly Naughton, if she just drops her length here at all with loose crosses, she's in trouble.
Down.
Thought that may have been a double bounce for Heikal, but made 100% sure this time with a slam backhand cross court.
You know Holly Naughton quite well, as you said, and you've seen a lot of her.
Yes, let.
Both these ladies, I would like to see them on the Black Friday shopping day, standing at the front of the queue trying to get past each other into the shops to buy something. Be pushing each other over. Do you think Holly Naughton, 31 years of age, and she's always had that strong presence on court, you know, and this is the reality of this game and how brutal it is. You've seen all the stuff about Paul Cole and his lunges, 686 of them. But has Holly Naughton, for you, she just lost that little percentage of speed in and out?
I think it takes, on a given day, it probably takes a bit more preparation, a bit more priming to get to that full-on, absolute 100% level of movement. I think that's the case for everyone as you get a little bit older. I think we've all felt it. And on a day like today, I trust that Holly is basically moving at top speed. But whether that can be maintained for 3, 4, 5 hard games is, I think, up for debate. And we're going to find out here.
Yeah, it's a good point, because she's going to have to bring. You really do feel that with these attacks from Heikal being fired in on different angles like this. You can see there again the recovery was too slow, and she's in trouble. Big trouble.
4-3.
As you're alluding to, just those successive tough movements, and by the time the third one comes around, Heikal's hitting the ball into open space.
Yes, let.
Well, she tried to milk it.
4-3.
But a little stare back.
That is another one where from behind the court, you think you've got every option in the world here, likely for a winner. Just step up and play it.
5-3.
Holly Naughton does not need another reminder that a loose post is pretty much end of the rally in the Egyptians' favour. So no room for those kind of shots anymore now. She must get her targets right and start hitting good lines through the court.
Better quality of hitting from both players in these last few rallies.
Yes, let.
Ooh, that ball was fading away. Holly Naughton was just maybe thought it was going short. I thought at first. Let's have a look at this here. Yeah, she sort of motioned forward, so she's lucky to be able to sort of walk away from that rally with a let, I feel.
Heikal has actually handled that quite well. Probably was expecting, and perhaps rightly expecting, a no let and no reaction.
Which is
Stroke to
a bit
not.
of a wild sort of attempt there. Didn't seem to know exactly what she wanted to do with it. Can
And
Naughton,
out
again,
for
she needs
5.
to start to summon all of her experience and toughness together now.
Yes, let. Player review Heikal on the yes.
So the pressure is being thrown over to the video ref here. It's quite clear that Heikal feels that she wants the stroke. This will give us a better indication, I think, Mike. Space enough. I don't think that she can hit her on the follow-through, and that's why I would say it's a let. She would have had to have been closer.
Has no
Difficult call, but also difficult to argue with that decision. I think that's one of those classic calls in squash that legitimately could go either way, and opting to uphold the yes let decision.
Oh, lovely hitting. Heikal's getting a lot of power output on those forehands in particular.
Best quality we've seen from both players.
Oh, what a shot to finish it as well. She crunches the straight kill on the forehand, but that is
6-4.
Also the first time. Also, yeah, Mike, you're spot on that we've actually seen the two ladies, whilst attacking, moving in and around each other nicely, getting a nice flow.
I think staying within 2 points here is really crucial for Holly's interest in this match as we get towards the business end. Good hold.
Oh, that was yeah, that was a very, very edgy shot. One where you could feel that Heikal just blowing the lungs there. You could just see in the images she's feeling the pinch a little bit. We've seen more free-flowing squash, and that means way more physical.
Holly did a nice job of keeping that forehand drop off the side wall, but she's tinned that next one.
And out 7-5. No miss Heikal. We have to wait for a net no. It has to be a natural break in play.
Looked like Holly tried to roll her wrist over, maybe put a
And
little bit of topspin on
7-5.
that drop.
Down.
Well, you mentioned the 2-point buffer that it's not allowed to get larger, and she's managing that so
6-7.
far. Another investment in a bit of an extended rally would be good for Naughton's cause, I feel.
No let. Player review not.
The review's gone up now. Everything is going to depend on how short exactly is this ball, because it's not tight. Let's have a look at the angle here. Let's look at the clearance of Heikal. She's holding her ground, and that's dangerous in today's world, I feel. She's not clearing.
I think Holly may have a sort of a lateral step to her right here. I think the referee may think that was the line to the ball.
Yes,
got the let at least, so
Naughton has one review remaining.
we stay at the same
6-7.
scoreline. Very important that was for Holly Naughton. That's tremendous hitting from Heikal. We can feel, especially on the forehand, she's really lathering the ball, just applying maximum pressure. And it paid off. Oh goodness, that is exactly what she did not want now. 3 points down, and now it becomes a bit of a calculation for me with the Heikal attacking, and you know she's going to do it, Mike. She needs 2 with the next 5. It's pretty simple.
Both players need to keep their structure here, as difficult as it is. Heikal's cross courts are sort of probing that nick area.
Stroke to Naughton.
Ooh, that's for the movement. So it's the first time.
You have no reviews.
And there's no review. Lost one at 2-1 in the first. As a reminder.
Access, okay?
Quick look at this one here.
Handout 7-9.
Well, that was pretty harsh actually on reflection, because we saw perhaps more heavier movements from Heikal perhaps.
Looked like a normal follow through to me.
But she's keeping her head together better. You mentioned a bit earlier that she's not getting flustered by this now. Keeping her head in the game. Heikal, that is.
Yes, let.
Well, she throws the ball away a bit annoyed, but I think there was an attack on offer there.
Accuracy from both players went out the window for a few shots there.
Ow.
Ooh, finish line is edging closer, and tension goes up in the arm of Heikal.
Oh, ball came back quickly. There's a bit of a graveyard under the bleachers. I was worried we might be warming a new one up, regardless of whether they wanted it or not.
8-9. Down.
And she's done well there. That's that trusty forehand hold. She's done enough with the drop in the last game or so that she could just drag Heikal forward a little bit, punch it past her.
9-9.
Fabulous stuff. Just couldn't get the straight line that she wanted there, Naughton.
Good reset from both players now.
Oh, it's lovely. Best phase of the match we've seen in the last period of play, where both players have certainly come to the party.
Please stop.
Tremendous technique on that backhand volley drop. Unbelievable control of her racket face.
Not the back glass,
stinging
please.
it into
Not
the
the
net.
back glass. 10-9. Game ball.
Holly Naughton with her first game ball to force a 5th game.
My co-commentator has just gone into support mode here. I can feel it next to me. Nice play down that backhand line for Naughton. Oh, the crowd was already celebrating long before Heikal was anywhere near the ball. Not knowing perhaps, or just hoping she wasn't going to get it, but they were right. But steely nerves from Holly Naughton there, because she was in all sorts of trouble towards the back end of that game. And she survived a couple of heavy attacks from the young Egyptian and brought her best to the table when it was needed most. It's 2-all, we're going to a 5th.
Well, as we can see with the 14-minute duration on that game, it was by far the most well-contested, most attritional, and highest quality of the 4 games we've seen so far. Naughton looked like she may be faltering physically in the middle stages of that 5th game, and Heikal took what appeared to be a decisive 9-6 lead. Naughton kept her composure, used all those years of experience, and reeled off 5 straight points to force a 5th game.
Yeah, absolutely rock solid.
Play will
Graham
resume
Riding
in
is
60
once again,
seconds.
they're in their favourite part of the coaching corner. They've moved out of the coaching corner and to the side of the court where, since two love down, you can see the scoreline on the screen there. We've been going 41 minutes, and that game, yeah, that was the best of them. There was some nice exchanges going on, the sort of stuff that we kind of would have expected in game one. We finally got there in game four. What are we going to get now?
I think you're going to see
Play will resume in 30 seconds.
one player. I'm not sure which of the two, but one player will get a great start to this fifth game, and that will be a runaway lead. I think it will be 11-5 or more severe. I'm not sure who's going to win, though.
That is, well, that's a prediction and a half. You're
15
really
seconds.
laying it out there.
Bit of a hedge from me, but I
Slightly,
sincerely
yeah.
believe that's going to be the outcome. I think the players took a bit more energy out of the ball in that fourth game. It's died off, and whoever gets an early lead will run away with it.
Not to serve. Each player has one review available.
Well, the review's back on the table.
Love all.
Let's see whether or not that plays a role also. I tell you what we're going to see is Nour Heikal. I think she's going to go short here quite incessantly. I think that she almost can't help herself. Well, Naughton does not want any help. She's fuming about the collision there. It's tough though, she'll just stand up here and get on with it. That was a heavy knock to the side of the ribs. Let's hope she's all right. Let's see what happened here exactly on this movement here. Is it a bit incidental? I don't think
I think that's 100% incidental.
Yes, let.
She gets a let out of it at least.
Nour was not taking an aggressive position by any means. I think it was just an unfortunate collision. Holly does plenty of core work, especially on her obliques, so I think she'll be okay.
Oh, was that okay, that shot? That should have been a boast. And
no let's.
Don't review it. Don't review it, Nour.
She heard you.
Well, it's interesting because we said that her emotional control is she's managed to rein it in enough. And she needs to at this stage of the match because you can feel that her impetuous nature, she just wants to go short. And the run of play is very much against her since the back end of the fourth. This has carried on momentum out of that fourth game win from 6-9 all the way through.
7 points in a row for Holly now across the two games.
Just misjudging that slightly. There was space to get that ball back into play down the line. I feel that Naughton's, I sort of put that out there a little bit about the physicality. She lost a tiny, not a yard, but, a tenth of a yard, I'll call it. But that would be crucial. Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like she's answered that emphatically. She's been in some of these tough rallies where she got dragged around. She was digging up balls and just staying in the rallies. It was so crucial.
And there is that little bit extra, reserve adrenaline that can really kick in those desperate moments. And I think Holly's running on that right now.
The boast has been dealt with. That's been the story of the match.
Hand out 2-3.
Naughton was more, certainly had to boast that. She could have perhaps thought about a high boast at least.
Yes, let.
Well, the game of Twister begins again there, sort of wrapping their legs around each other.
2-3.
Not going to concede an inch. I felt Holly probably, given the choice of shot, there was a little bit more time to maybe go through. But, yes, let is a fair decision.
Good work again, and just as I said, it's that ability to keep hanging in the rallies and making Nour Heikal play more than 2-3 shots to win it, and she ends up going too low. Didn't need to go that low either. That ball could have been a couple of inches above the 10, it would have been fine. Oh, lovely line work, and this is that lead, this sort of runaway move that Holly Naughton has made here to 5-2, and that means you believe, Mike, that Holly Naughton's going to carry on from here.
Now that she's up 5-2, I'll really lean into my prediction.
Yes, you have to. And that certainly helps because a bit of tightness
6-2.
Just coming into the arm now of Nour Heikal. She's down 6-2. Her resilience now is going to get tested massively. And she got that ability to just hang in the rallies also a little bit like her opponent has done.
As with so many young Egyptian players, I don't think she's going to hesitate. Given the opportunity to attack, I think it's just within her to go for it and live with the consequences.
Great counter work, and that's just ricocheted off her opponent after hitting the front wall, but loving the work of Holly Naughton. The digging around the front, the retrievals have been huge in this last 2 games when she needed to get motoring. You said that perhaps it just takes a bit of time for the older body to get going, and it's come to life when it needed to.
Hand out. 4-7.
What on earth happened there?
Felt like a stone cold stroke. It looked like she was going to stop and ask. Slid her racket at the last second and just clipped a 10.
Oh my lord. That was a very strange choice there from Holly Naughton. No, that's not really less. Bit of aggro between the players. Holly Naughton just...
Hand out. 8-4.
She's in charge. Let's see where that goes. 8-4 lead. She doesn't want to lose her concentration here because the thing about Nour Heikal, what we've seen throughout the match is the ability to string 3 or 4 winners together in quick time over a minute or so is there.
This is the exact situation almost that Holly found herself in the back end of the 4th game, and she was able to reverse the momentum.
Down.
The line work of Holly Naughton has just gotten better as the match has gone on. We've seen more balls like this. Great ball fading into the sideball at the crucial moment.
Yes, let. Player review Heikal on the yes, let decision.
I'm not sure she'll have much success, but I think it's a decent time to sort of take a chance on a review. At 5-9 down, you might not get another opportunity to use it. And there's certainly possibility of this being overturned.
Yeah, I don't think so though either, because if you just watch here, Nour Heikal doesn't drop back really. She sort of comes forward a little bit, so that doesn't help the traffic issue that these two, I mean, they've been having traffic issues, no doubt about that. Well, you're right, Mike.
Heikal has 1 review remaining.
She just took a punt on that one.
6-9.
It was a bit of a calculated punt, but it worked.
Down.
Another glued straight drive.
How many of those have we seen in the last, especially in the last game and a half?
10-6, match ball.
Fantastic work here from Holly Naughton. 4 match balls.
Oh, what a great rally here. Match ball. Nour Heikal hanging on for dear life, manages to scrape that one up. Oh, that is a wonderful counter drop, and the crowd silencer is in full force. Crowd anticipating perhaps a couple of times there where they might be able to.
Some gutsy defense, and maybe not exactly how she drew it up, but stays alive in this match. 3 more match balls.
Is it too little, too late? That is the first sign of nerves we've seen from Naughton for quite some time.
Match ball.
Oh, the braveness, incredible, off the back wall. This is just
10 match
absolute.
ball.
Best shot of the match.
Oh, look at the extended follow through, just held it just to accentuate it. We are 1 point away from a tie break. This is getting suddenly very, very tense again. Oh,
he's done it.
11-9, match to Naughton. 3 games
unbelievable
to 2.
cross court there from Naughton.
9-11, 5-11.
Unsuspecting
11-6,
Nour Heikal
11-9,
after coming back
11-9.
so nicely. Have a look at this winner here, Mike. Take us through it.
What an incredible finish. Momentum was not on her side, and a little bit of hold, cut it back across, flattened out beautifully. No chance for Heikal. What a spectacular finish to that match.
Yeah, that was a gutsy shot as well, because the momentum was going the other way, but she just surprised her. 55 minutes, and what a fantastic finish. 11-9 in the 5th from 2 love down, and now we're going to hear from Sam Cornett and Holly Naughton.
Walk us through that match at the very end. I want to ask you questions right away, but I'll give you a second. Epic comeback. Do you have it in you to tell us what that means to you?
It means a lot, as you can see. You know, it's never easy playing matches like that when you feel like you're playing against 4 different people. I'd say those matches are the ugly matches that mean a lot more when you manage to come through them. Playing in front of a home crowd is always amazing, and that definitely gave me the push today. I did not want to be done today in the first round. It's always special to be here. It's great. I've got my entire team with me. I'm in the process of moving back to Toronto full time. So it's great. Yeah, like I said, it's fantastic to play in front of everyone, and it means everything to come through matches like that. I've had one hell of a few years where it's just not really been clicking much. This last tournament, I felt like myself back on court. I found that fire and that inside and that want and desire again on court, which is hard. Sometimes you lose it a little bit. Things are going wrong. You've got injuries and niggles. You've got family issues, everything going on. Health problems. So it's just sometimes it means a lot more to come through these matches, especially in front of those people.
Honestly, we could tell. We could see you dig in. What is that? What did you say to yourself, or like, what is the feeling? How could you describe what happened after the second game inside?
Well, this will be a good one for my sports psychologist, Dana, to witness in person. We've been working a lot on these moments and trying to calm myself down and get to just the playing of squash and get out of my own way, really. It was actually quite midway through that 3rd game, I actually looked out and I saw Amina and Nadine laughing, and it just relaxed me. I thought, you know what, if they're laughing at me, then I'm gonna buckle down now and sort my shit out. Mind my language. So thank you to them, actually. That helped me just reset and calm down. So
It was a combination between that and just getting back to the plan, talking my way through the match, working on the things we've been working on, and just trying to settle myself enough.
Awesome. And it's been awesome this weekend so far, and it will be for the rest of the week. You've been interacting with so many young players, and I actually have two, if you don't mind, will come out to ask a couple questions. If I can get Michaela and Ava out here. They have questions for you. Good job. Michaela, can you go first? What's your question for Holly?
What's the best advice you would give to a squash junior?
Enjoy it, have fun. I think nowadays it gets a little too serious too quickly. Remember why you're playing, have fun with it, make friends. That is the most important thing when you're starting out.
Nice question. Ava, what's your question?
When you get nervous, how do you handle it?
That's a very good question. I get very nervous before my matches, and I sent multiple messages to Dana and Nghiem and everyone saying how nervous I was. I think it's about accepting nerves. Nerves are a good thing. That means you care about it. So instead of going, I'm nervous, you've got to think, this is a good thing. This means I want to win, and use it to an advantage. Think, I'm happy that I'm nervous. This means I care. Yeah?
Great questions. Great questions. Stay with us. I hope we will see you all back here this week cheering on Canada's Holly Naughton. Holly, congratulations! So awesome! Thank you, Michaela and Ava. Ladies and gents, give it up one more time for Holly Naughton. We'll be back soon.
Crowd certainly got their money's worth with that match. An incredible comeback by Canada's Holly Naughton from 2 games to love down, eventually holding her nerve to close things out 11-9 in the 5th game. And as we saw in that post-match interview, one of the more candid interviews you'll ever see on court after a match, really, really means a lot to the Canadian #1. And she certainly dug deep, well within herself, found one more forehand cross-court winner in the most important moment to put her spot in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, spot on there, Mike. It was candid and even a little bit of controversy there. She mentioned throwing a few barbs even at Amina, Orfi and Nadine Garras. But that's all behind us now. We've got one match left here in this second round. It's Georgina Kennedy, seeded 4, up against Marta Dominguez of Spain. So we'll be back shortly, and it'll be myself and Lisa to take you through the last match of this evening.
matches. Obviously, that one was incredible. I get to announce your next two players to the court. And first up, you might remember she came through in 4 games versus Tong yesterday. She's ranked 59 in the world. She's a World Games bronze medalist. From Spain, please welcome Marta Dominguez. And her opponent is the 4th seed here at the Canadian Women's Open. She's ranked 10 in the world. She's a Harvard graduate and a Commonwealth Games gold medalist against Holly Naughton. Please welcome from England, Georgina Kennedy. Match referees, Dave Fishburne, and video referee, Ben Groot. Have a great match.
Last match of this evening. And we have Gina Kennedy, the number 4 seed of England, taking on Marta Dominguez of Spain. It's been a wilting day of squash here, and we're through to the last match, number 8. Marta Dominguez of Spain also did the late shift last night. She's 24 years of age. Been as high as 52 in the world. She's currently 59. 4 titles from 11 finals. Coached by former pro Borja Golan. And last night came up against Tong from Hong Kong, and it was 4 sets, tie-break. Nearly went into a 5th, but the Spaniard managed to save that from happening. Made it physical in the end there for Tong, and yeah, it was just a big hustle really from her, so she'll come in with high confidence here. This is going to be likely a fast-paced match. Gina Kennedy probably going to try and just settle herself in. I'm noticing she's using a new racket. She's got the round head racket. Definitely the influence of new coach Rodney Martin. It's going to be a very interesting couple of years for Gina Kennedy, obviously switching
halftime
coaches now under the tutelage of Rodney Martin to develop her game. It's not going to be a quick process, they both understand that, but it's exciting times for the former world number 5, sitting at 10 just now, 28 years of age, plenty of squash years left ahead of her. 13 titles from 21 finals. Opted not to play the Platinum event that's just concluded in Philadelphia, the US Open. But she was stateside at the Silicon Valley, where she lost out to Olivia Weaver, another student of Rodney Martin. 3 games to love for that one, but came through a couple of matches, Rachel Arnold and Malik Kefagi. Zero head-to-head between these two, never met on the PSA Squash Tour, despite being from the same continent. Just 4 years apart in age. I'm Lisa Aitken, and I'm joined by Johnny Williams in the commentary box. Last one, Johnny.
This is the last one. Big 5-setter there has just lengthened things out tonight. But the crowd, they were very happy, obviously, seeing the last Canadian get through to the quarterfinals.
Time.
What do you think, Johnny, of Gina Kennedy switching to the round head racket?
Yeah, they're certainly my preference as well, with the throat, not the teardrop style. You just, with these rackets, you get that, the sweet spot is obviously smaller, but you get more output from it, especially when you're wanting to use the strings and get a bit of grip on the ball. So we do know that Rod Martin, who's been now coaching Georgina Kennedy, that he definitely favours that style of racket.
Play will start in 30 seconds.
It looks like she's got the radical 135 and you've got the slim bodies. That looks like the normal radical to me without having seen a racket.
Canadian Women's Open 2025 round of 16 match. Marta Dominguez of Spain to serve. Georgina Kennedy of England to receive. Best of 5 games. Love all.
So the last match of this evening's play underway. Early days, of course, Johnny, but straight off the bat, what type of changes do you think will come in first as she explores the new relationship with Ronnie Martin?
Yeah, well, I mean, that shot there, it's not going to change much, is it? She loves to sit around the back of the service box there and thread the bows through. But particularly with Rod Martin on that backhand side, it's about keeping the elbow down, and perhaps Georgina Kennedy till now has had the elbow position a little bit higher, so he's going to try and get that hand back across the body. You can just go to Instagram, and he's got great videos about the backhand, talking about getting the arm, but keeping a nice space distance between the hand and the body also.
Hand out, 1-all.
So I'm having a look at that, seeing, you know, what kind of a distance there in the setup on that backhand side. And then, of course, on the forehand, that wrist position, like getting the racket out and then letting the racket head drop open, and how much of that can she bring into the game? She's not, perhaps that's not been sort of a trademark thing of her, getting a lot of wrist acceleration out of the forearm on the forehand side, Georgina Kennedy. And I think back right has been an area that where her opponents at the higher level have sort of really tried to expose it as well.
Beautiful weight of shot.
Just the one match at the Europeans, of course, where England played Spain, that was this year in Poland. 3-love for Kennedy, 22 minutes. So she's getting the kind of start that
4-1
provides evidence as to how she was able to get such a quick victory on the board against Dominguez.
That's aggressive.
And out, 2-4.
We saw that on the backhand side yesterday from her. Has the kill option too.
That they're talking about techniques. That's a classic case where you see Dominguez just not getting the bottom edge of the racket under that, so there's no cut on that drop shot. She's pushed it in. It's a nice change as well. The boast option.
6-2.
Second time we've seen it, one backhand, one forehand. Kennedy's control around the mid-court area at the moment. She's quick onto the ball, providing enough pressure. Little roll drop of her own there, Kennedy, but nice surprise tactic because
7-2, break box.
she's been punching the ball long, and you can see Dominguez just stopped on the tee there, expecting another long ball to come through.
I mentioned in the intro, Johnny Kennedy choosing not to play the US Open. All eyes on the preparations for this one.
Yeah, obviously she decided to target this event. There's good points on offer. She's seeded to get to the semis. Don't think she'd be too disappointed to see that her potential opponent just had, in the form of Holly Naughton, had a pretty tough 5-setter there as well.
And she'll be hoping the crowd fills in for her again. That's a nice counter drop from Dominguez.
Hand out, 3-8. Hand out, 9-3.
Yeah, Dominguez is just completely pressed in the far back region of the course. She just cannot find a way forward. Kennedy's hustling so well around the middle. That was another winner, just hit
out, 4-9.
with a little less conviction. That's why it went down.
That was nice.
And out, 10-4, game ball.
Not taking too long at all to get used to this new racket.
Out. Hand out, 5-10, game ball. Stroke to Kennedy.
So the ball coming into the middle of the court.
11-5.
Giving the stroke to Kennedy.
Kennedy leads 1 game to love.
Good start here for the English one. Seven minutes in duration. Gina Kennedy takes a 1 game to love lead.
Yeah, typical Georgina Kennedy, very fast-paced, quick feet around the middle of the court. And she was able to just press the tempo up to a region that was quite uncomfortable for Dominguez. That one shot there from the back of the court was pretty much all we saw from her. Nice boast being threaded in by Kennedy. She's also punching a good length. Just trying to provide a little bit more hold from that position there when she's getting in on the backhand drop. But no trouble so far for Kennedy, just getting the first game on the board quite quickly.
Play will resume in 60 seconds. Play will resume in 30 seconds. Fifteen seconds. Kennedy leads 1 game to love. Love all.
So second game underway. Gina Kennedy with a 1-game-to-love lead.
Not up.
That'll give her a lot of confidence.
One love.
Kennedy just getting in quickly on that backhand side. She's finding a lot of options to take the drop in as well. Well, that's good work. That was a tough lift off the wall, but she managed to get enough of that, the new head rackets, through it. Can't miss that racket. Lisa just glows.
Do you use that one, but the slim body?
No, I use that one. Radical 135. No slim body for me.
1-2.
I prefer the thicker frame. Sturdier.
Down. Hand out. 3-1.
It's just all a bit too quick for Dominguez. She's not getting, she is just needing too much time to get set and play her shots, and then
she's not getting any.
No, and then the ball's just short or either sprayed out, and Kennedy's on it in a flash. That's a lot of space to get to there.
That's nice and quick. Everything is fast. Too fast, as you said, for Dominguez. Getting onto the ball. The volley as much as she can. Half volley, certainly before the bat wall.
Yeah, that's a much better
6-1
sort of shot there from Kennedy, just crunching that forehand kill. Certainly, we're seeing way more intent to be on the tee line hunting and taking the ball early.
Just using that speed to get behind the ball, to get set, and give herself options.
Oh, it's a lovely cross, just catching enough of the neck there. So
7-1.
Dominguez is not able to stop this flow. She's literally just cannot get settled at any stage in the back part of the court. Even when she's firing balls like that, they're coming back anyway.
Left box, 8-1.
Well, very much one-way traffic for Kennedy.
Game ball.
9-game balls.
Stroke Kennedy. Game to Kennedy. Kennedy leads 2-0.
Well, that went very, very quick, Lisa. I didn't think that Dominguez would fall away that badly, but this pretty much sums it up. She's just lost out there.
It's all happening too quickly for the Spaniard. All credit to Gina Kennedy. 5-minute second game, 13 minutes total for this match so far. 2-game-to-love lead for the English woman. Very organised. Hannah Craig of Ireland in her corner. The open squash connection between the two. She lost out to Torrie Malik yesterday. Has a real issue with these shoelaces, doesn't she?
She's got the ST2 two-ton shoes, same ones that Mustafa Assal wears.
Play will resume in 60 seconds. Play will resume in 30 seconds.
Cindy Merlo of Switzerland.
15 seconds.
Adding to the all-European affair out here this evening.
Kennedy leads.
Even in the commentary box.
Oh, there you go. Yes, got a residence permit. If that's what you're insinuating. Did play for Switzerland as well for a number of years.
Down. Hand out. One love.
Well, that was a welcome error for if you're in Dominguez's shoes, because she's just been finding the going extremely tough out there. I don't think I've seen a rally. That's the first time that she actually got a position in front of the short line, was able to, you know, think about the drop and then play it for a winner.
Hand out. 1-2.
The hand goes up, but to be fair to Kennedy, we've seen a lot of balls cross court and the length hitting very accurate, very tight.
Yeah, the accuracy has been brilliant.
Not going for that ball fully,
2
Dominguez. Have to wonder if there's just a bit of an issue there from yesterday's match.
Down. 3-2.
Big swing.
Hand out. 3-all.
Oh, she's caught the frame there and apologises, although she'd worked the position rightfully so with some really good work on that left-hand wall, but then kind of misjudged it, but managed to pocket the point anyway.
Extremely accurate at the back of the court from Kennedy.
5-3.
And what I'm enjoying is the movement onto the ball. Like you can see there as Dominguez take that in short. Kennedy was off, sprinting to get there and then just decelerating nicely into the shot. And that provides that opportunity to just hold the ball and get your opponent to stop with you.
The amount of volleying that's going on is, I know she's getting opportunities too, but it's the willingness to have that movement go towards the volley rather than peel off and go to the back of the court.
Yeah, Dominguez was labouring in that rally. You saw there was a couple of movements where it's quite clear that she's suffering from some kind of leg issue.
Seven, 3. right box, 8-3.
Slightly laboured movement from Dominguez. The pressure just mounting continually. Well, as quickly as Dominguez has finished her shot, Kennedy's hitting her one.
Ten three.
So 7 match balls for Gina Kennedy.
Down. 11-3. Match to Kennedy.
Well, there we have it.
3 games to love.
After a big match yesterday for Marta, unable to produce the goods today. All credit to Gina Kennedy. That was really whirlwind type, but controlled whirlwind.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Marta.
21 minutes just. Incredible work ethic, getting onto the volley and good use of her speed.
Gina, that was a really solid performance. Tell us how it felt.
Yeah, really good. I don't tend to be a night owl, and this season I've actually had the morning shift, so this is actually the first time in a while I've played so late, but yeah, I felt really good out there. I feel like I was getting the energy from the crowd from Holly's match. Such a good atmosphere, so I was like really excited to play. And yeah, really happy to be here. I've never played this event. Same with the best family, the Bolgers, so shout out to them. They've made my stay here really, really fun, and I want to stay with them as long as I can, so hopefully I can stay in. Sorry, guys.
I'm sure they're very excited to have you, so no problem, stay. I noticed, you know, you're not even out of breath, but I couldn't help but notice how fast you got onto every ball, which, like, how do you do that, A, and is that part of the plan?
Yeah, so I've always kind of been told growing up that, like, physicality is one of my strengths, and I don't always use it to my advantage. So I've been working really hard on like foot speed and just like getting my feet moving quicker, so I can like have more options on the ball. And when I do that, then I feel like my quality of like hitting goes up as well. So yeah, I was just really trying to force myself to move my feet quickly.
Awesome. And then we do have a couple juniors around here. What do you have to say to them for when they're watching this week? I guess you could say, what's your advice? But like when they're watching this week, what would you watch for if you were watching these matches?
Yeah, I think I would watch a lot for, you know, how the players are always constantly hunting and fighting for that position around the middle. I think it's really easy to like think you've hit a good drive and then kind of hang back and expect them to hit a good drive as well. So I think really try and see how your opponent kind of fights for that front position. And yeah, and I would also say, you know, there's so many ways to get into squash. You can go pro straight after school, or you can like go to college for 4 years and then do it. So I would just say, if it's like a dream of yours, or even if it's not, I feel like it's never out of the possibility that this could be, you know, them one day on this stage. So yeah, just keep training every day, and yeah, just work as hard as you can.
Thanks a lot. That's awesome. Good luck tomorrow, Gina. Ladies and gentlemen, Georgina Kennedy. So that wraps us up for tonight. Thank you all for staying. I know it's
Georgina Kennedy was fully in charge of this match, really from love all in the first. There was no threat whatsoever. Dominguez a little bit diminished. Perhaps there was an issue there, but full credit to Kennedy. She was looking very strong out there, very quick around the tee area. She spoke about moving, getting those feet going, getting in good positions, create options. This was certainly a good run out. No real pressure on her. Pressure will go up tomorrow though against Holly Naughton, but she'll be feeling confident heading into that quarterfinal.
Well, round 2 is now complete. It was an 8-match day today, an afternoon session kicked off at 12 o'clock, and then we had the evening session at 5 p.m. Kick-starting that, we had Saran Nghiem taking on Amina Orfi, fresh out of Philly. And that was a 3-love victory for the Orphanator. Tinne Gilis, the defending champion, Had a tricky one against Torrie Malik, getting through there. And then Holly Naughton, local hero, got the crowd really going. She was 2 games to love down and had a massive comeback. And then the very quick encounter there, Gina Kennedy getting off to an absolute flyer here in Toronto, taking down Marta Dominguez. So tomorrow we have the quarter-finals starting. They'll be split across 2 days. We'll have the top half of the draw coming in. We also have the men's event, which is a copper event that's been played at the Toronto Athletic Club the last couple of days. Moving here to the glass court, they'll be joining us. So we will go men's, women's, and then men's. So our women's matches, Amina Orfi, the #1 seed, they'll kickstart at 6:15. Nardine Garas, there will be her opponent. And then 7 o'clock, Tesney Murphy, the #5 seed of Wales, she'll face Amanda Sobey. Join us here on Squash TV at 5:30 local time, where our first men's match of the evening will start. We'll see you then.